sneaky, manipulative types. I just want to deal up front with some that can help me along a little bit in my studies. I'm just a little wee wormling of magic myself, so I don't need I don't need some great gray elf from Pangaea or something to teach me anything profound. I just have some questions on some basics. Anyone can help me, you know of?
He's going to go not really here in Tyr. I mean, maybe there might be somebody with Cordall's bloody axes, but I wouldn't know.
All right. Well, thanks for thinking of it anyway.
Yeah, I would maybe check with them. They may have
right,
somebody.
Then I will do that. I'll go back across the street and go to Cordall's bloody axes. Now, is that the same thing as the temple or not?
Yeah, that is the temple.
All right, so I'll go in there and I'll go in and talk to
Darbur.
Darbur, yeah.
Okay.
Same request, same concept.
Okay. So you're asking about if they have anybody.
Yeah. I discreetly, I'm a minor practitioner of the art. Legal and everything, legal. I hasten to add registered, but I just need a little bit of help over some concepts I'm struggling with particularly on the defensive application of spells, abjuration and things like that. But also on some other magic I'm just learning.
Well, we do have someone in our order that works out of the bloody axes here. Works for our temple here. His name is Frigchar.
Can you spell that?
Yep, it's Frigchar.
And I missed a letter before T, between I and C. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll spell it again. Frigg.
Oh, G is in grenade?
Correct.
All right.
Char.
Got it. Frigchar.
Yes. Frigchar.
Is he a dwarf, my friend, or a human?
Yes. No, he's a dwarf.
All right. How do I meet him?
I could introduce you.
That would be great. When could that happen?
I would say tomorrow.
All right. That's a deal. I'll be back. Any particular time of day?
I would just come after breakfast. How about that?
Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much.
Sure. Absolutely. My pleasure. Anything we can help any fellow dwarves.
Well, that's very kind. I know we spellcasters are pretty rare, except for the priestly type, so I didn't dare to hope, but this is great news.
Yes, yeah, that it is a rare thing to find any dwarves that are wielding the arcane arts.
Well, they don't stick to us very well because we're so anti-magical ourselves, so.
Yes.
I think it's hard for the spells to penetrate the thick skull, so to speak.
Yes, I agree.
All right, well, thank you. I bow to
Okay.
That's it.
All right, so that evening, just to kind of recap to the day, so you guys came into the village of Tyr that early afternoon around lunchtime. You checked in at the inn here, the Father's Load Inn, and then several of you made ventures around the village, visiting. Some of you visited Cordall's Bloody Axes, which is Temple Cordall, but is ran by dwarves. Some of you stopped at Hank's, a merchant or general goods store, to resupply anything that you might need resupplying in. And then you guys spent the day at the carnival, the festival celebration going on, and played a variety of games and met a variety of people along the carnies that were in the carnival. And you guys had dinner. Everybody's kind of made their way back to the inn. And you guys know that there is a fight in the pit tonight, and you guys actually have your room. You guys made sure that you got a room. Oh no, you don't have. Never mind. You don't have a room. You do have a room in the back part of the inn on the second level. However, it looks out to the temple of Port All Bloody Axis, and you know that the pit is actually behind. We do also. You also set. I don't know if you've named, if you've named your bat yet, but you had your bat stationed on top of the roof to look over on his pit to watch the event that evening. Is that correct?
That is correct. And of course I've named my spirit. His name is Falco.
Falco? Okay, perfect.
And it doesn't matter whether it's a rat, a bat, a rabbit. It's always Falco, damn it.
Right.
It avoids confusion.
Okay.
So yeah, I want Falco to watch the gladiatorial buildings where Kato is likely residing. That's the point.
Correct. Yeah, and you assume the larger of the two buildings is where any of these gladiators or maybe slaves are held. And you believe the second building next to that is maybe a quarters, more of a house than anything, to probably Sarlacc, the pitmaster, and maybe some of his men as well. Each building, the larger building, they have a couple of guards posted in front and back, and then there's just one at a single door at the smaller building, which you would assume is a residence. And then of course there's the pit, and then there is a set of wooden bleachers on one side of the pit. That's actually the same side where the residence as well as these gladiator quarters. So is anybody going to the fight, or are you?
Well, hell yeah, we're going to the fight.
Okay.
Where the action is, isn't it?
Cyanide won't.
Science is not going? Okay. But the rest of the group is going?
Well, I can't speak for all of them. There's mostly individuals, but I'm going and announce it loudly.
Okay. My bar, since Alex isn't here right now, he is also not going to attend.
Well, then he can guard the damn wagon.
Yep, he definitely can guard the wagon and watch the horses, since he's not around. And then Maddox and Bofin, are you going as well?
Maddox definitely going.
Okay.
When's the
You
fight happening
better.
at? Like
Priest
night?
accord
Yeah.
all my boot.
Right before night, like.
Yeah, dusk. The fight will go on at dusk, so before it gets dark. So, but basically at sundown, the fight will go on. Okay. What about Boffin? Is he going?
That's you, Bob. Sorry, what was the question?
Is he going to go to the watch the fight at the pit?
No, he's gonna go to the inn.
Okay, so you're just going to stay at the inn then?
Yeah.
Okay, so just it's Gorn and Maddox that are going?
I guess so.
All right, and then
Let's stick together then, Maddox, huh? We'll stick together, and I don't want to be right in the crowd. I want to be off a little bit.
Okay.
And I don't want to be on that stupid bleacher because it might collapse or something. There's always something shitty what's going to happen.
All right. Yeah, to really, you guys head on down, and really to kind of maybe get even a good view, you're going to have to kind of get in the crowd or stand back, because, like I said, the pit is lowered into the ground by 5 feet into the depth of the ground. What is Synath doing at this time?
He's gonna go to the bar and wait for everybody. Wait for the fight to be done.
Oh, to just stay at the end then?
Yeah.
Okay, with Buffin. He's at the end as well. Okay, perfect. All right, so this as everybody's kind of gathered up and the bleachers are filled, and around this pit, there's a variety, a lot of dwarves and humans and so watching this. Not too many elves. I mean, you might see 1 or 2 elves in the crowd, and that's about it. It's mainly dwarves and humans that are surrounding this, watching. And this man comes out of one of the residents, and he is human, probably about 6 feet tall, medium build, short black hair, and good facial features. Attractive, man, probably in his mid-40s. And he comes and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pit. We have a great fight for you this evening. We have Crumb, the murderer from Telkenmar, with his great battle axes to go to war." And the crowd's cheering, and then out of the larger building comes this rather large human, not wearing any armor, just has leather pants on, tattooed, bald head, and he's got 2 battle axes, one in each hand, and he walks through the crowd, and they're patting him on the back, and he just jumps down into the pit and gets onto one side of the pit, and the crowd's going nuts and cheering. He's got his axes up and trying to get the crowd all pumped up. And then we have Nika from Goblins, and now out of the building, a human female, comes out, and scantily clad, leather armor, basically a leather bra and leather bikini shorts, not revealing quite a bit of butt on her, with long brown boots, basically knee-high boots, and she has a great sword. And the crowd cheers a little bit. They're kind of a little bit amazed. It's a woman, that's coming up, and she has long brown hair, and young, probably in her early 20s, and then she jumps down in the pit, and she's rah, 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 trying to cheer up the crowd, but the crowd's even more still in shock. The dwarves especially, like, the woman's gonna fight here. And then
so
they begin.
If there's a pause like that while everyone's hushed, then Gorin will take advantage of it to yell in his booming voice, "Take it all off! The damn leather bra ain't gonna give you no protection."
All right. And you get a couple laughs in the crowd. You're getting a couple laughs in the crowd after you say that, and then the man in the with the black hair, the human that seems to be moderating the fight, and he just goes, go. And there's some guys walking around that seem to be taking bets. From people. They're really dwarves. Some dwarves walking around, and you recognize them that They're wearing the tabards of Cordall's bloody axes. So with the two axes with blood on the edges of the axes, are seem to be taking bets, as well as a couple. There's one in like each corner, watching over the fight, and also making sure no one in the crowd gets pushed into the pit. And so,
I want to bet.
Okay.
I raised my hand. I want to bet.
So yeah, so one of the dwarves will come up and say it's 10-1 if you take Nika.
Meaning she's disfavored?
Yes. Yep.
That's what I want. I want to put my money on her.
Okay. How much?
Let me put down 5 gold.
Okay. So they'll write out the 5 gold and give you a chit kind of receipt, and then they'll say, just see one of us afterwards to collect your winnings.
Assuming I win. If I lose, you just keep it, right?
That's correct.
I kiss the gold once by as I hand it to him.
All right.
I'm in favor of the patron saint of lost causes anyway. Here.
And he goes, Court, I'll be with you, my friend. Court, I'll be with you.
Cordall likes a loser who tries her best or his best.
And so the two are squaring off in the pit, and right away the Crumb, this large human male, this bald human male tattooed, comes charging up with his axes, and gets a quick cut, right on the stomach of Nika, and but she's fine, and they go back and forth, parrying a lot, moving around the pit, trying to get advantage. And Nika will actually end up finally getting a turn and get Crumb in the back of the leg and cut him pretty deep. Other than that, they've been kind of back and forth, cutting each other, little by little.
Is it Nika with an M or Nika with an N?
And Nika. Like November.
Got it.
And finally, as the fight goes on, probably for about a good 5 minutes of them just going back and forth fighting, and the crowd's getting pumped up, they're both bleeding and so on. But finally, Crumb gets an advantage, and he gets right behind her, and with both axes comes right around, right by her head, and comes with both axes slicing, and then all of a sudden just blood starts pouring from her throat. The crowd goes nuts as she drops down to the ground, clenching her throat from the blood coming out, and as he raises both axes, and the human male that's overseeing the fight goes, "Victor is Crumb, the murderer from Chelkenmore," and the crowd goes nuts. A couple of dwarves jump in the pit really quick and try to tend to Nika's wounds to see if they can heal her before she ends up dying. So.
And do they succeed or no?
Yep, they actually do succeed. They get to her just in time where it looks like they do end up healing her, and she's alive. She's still on the ground, but one of the dwarves waves on to a human, a tanned human that's probably about 5'8", with blondish hair, young gentleman, probably in his 20s, and kind of nods at him and puts a thumbs up, like like they got to her in time. So maybe her master is what you.
All right, I'll clap at that with my gauntlets. By the way, I came in full gear to this.
Okay, sure, no problem. Okay, and so that's a couple of people are collecting their winnings that voted, Crumb, but a minimal is what they're, getting on return on investment compared to the money that they probably made from Nika losing. It was definitely outweighed. And then the crowd seems to kind of break up. Crumb ends up climbing out of the pit first and heads back in with people patting him on the back and such as he heads back to the gladiator quarters. And it'll depending if you guys move on right away or if you guys see what's going on with the crowd. It'll be a little bit before they get Nika out of there. They're kind of letting the crowd move off and away before they try to assist her up out of the pit.
I'd like to linger a little bit.
Okay. So you'll see a couple even humans that'll jump down after the crowd dispatches for the most part. There's still, there's the onlookers and such, but the majority of the crowd is gone. And a couple of humans, they'll jump down and help her, out of the pit. She's, of course, still bleeding, but it looks like the court hall's bloody axes, some, clerics, some young dwarven clerics, have healed her up significantly to, stabilize her and get her out of the pit. And they walk her back into the gladiator quarters.
And which one is that? Is that the one that we thought before was where they'd be?
Yes. Yep.
Or is that Sarlac's house? Which
No, the bigger house, the bigger quarters, the bigger building where you think Kato is being held.
Is that where both Crom and Nika end up going?
Yep, they both go into that door where there's a couple. Now there's a couple guards, 2 guards in front of that door as they go in just to.
Anything weird around that building that I noticed, like any strange characters skulking around, or any odd members of the crowd hanging near there, guys in robes, or anything weird like that?
You can go ahead and make a perception check.
I don't have perception. What I have is, I don't know, I have what's called insight.
Yeah,
I have Arcana, history, insight, and investigation.
Yeah, this would still be perception, so even though you don't have the proficiency, you just make the perception on a...
Do I add wisdom? Is that perception?
That is correct.
Alright, that's a guess from 3-5. Nice. Wow. A 19 on the die roll +1 for my 13 wisdom is a 20.
Perfect. So you are pretty confident that no one is lurking about, watching the place. You don't think anything, hanky, nothing kind of weird is going on. You are very confident that no one is, staking out the place, at least in any of your sight, as far as you can see, just...
So in other words, based on the teaching of Gorm, I'm quite sure that my silent, secret opponents are well hidden.
That is correct.
You're there. I just didn't spot them.
All right. So do you guys head back to the inn then?
I do, but I want to leave Balco looking.
Right, on top of the temple, correct?
Correct.
Okay, perfect.
I don't think I have the range to get them all the way to the pit, so I'll leave them on top of the temple.
Right, yep, it's probably, the best place. So, all right. So, you two return into the inn, and now the inn is kind of filling up with people ordering drinks, and in there, Synapse there as well as Boffin there at a table, and they probably wave you two over since they have a couple seats as well, that you guys can sit down at the table. In the corner of one of the tables in the corner, you actually see Rendell. As Boffin discovered a drow that was running the little duck shoot price with the hand crossbow, but his hood is down now. So you actually, all of you see that he is a drow. and with white hair, black skin. He still has the gloves on, and quite a few of his carnies are sitting at the table with him, and they're just, laughing it up. He seems to be telling some sort of tale, and they're all just, just laughing at, whatever story he's telling or maybe retelling to them. And so they just all seem to be having a good time. The only one that's not laughing really that much is the Goliath. But he is there, but he's not sitting at the table. He's more or less standing right next to them. He's definitely paying attention to the story, but you think he's probably heard it over and over and over. And just kind of nods and smiles, but doesn't give out a big laughter like some of the others at the table that are there. So what do you guys do?
I'll just quietly tell the Synath and halfling, about the events, briefly about the fight quietly, and then say I'm gonna go get some sleep, and suggest that they not stay up too late because I want to leave early.
Roll an investigation check to try to find some people to talk about the dark ones.
Oh no.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
After people have settled in and had a couple drinks, that's what I want to do.
So you're gonna see who you think you can talk to?
Yeah.
Hey Bill, I do want to post a watch still, just so you know.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay. So yeah, you don't know really kind of just off of pure looking around, you're like, you don't know who to talk to. Maybe the Drow.
That's what I was thinking.
So yeah, you're probably your most obvious choice. Looking at the patrons here, there's a lot of dwarves and humans, couple elves in here drinking, and yeah, probably your thought in a sense, is maybe I should just talk to Rendell.
I'm gonna wait until they get up and disperse as a group.
Okay, so they, I'll get back to you. So you're waiting, watching them. So Goran heads up to the room to get some sleep. What does Maddox do?
Well, he's not a very alert person and kind of single-minded with his faith and stuff, so he'll just eat and drink a little, and then he'll probably pray and then go up to bed. I mean, he might stick around. He'll probably stick around in the bar and talk to a few people, but other than that, he's just gonna go up to bed after eating and praying and stuff like that.
Okay, sure. I mean, you'll talk. I'm sure you'll end up talking to some of the bloody axes, some of the dwarves here, and they'll talk it up with you. Just local stuff here. You hear the biggest thing right now is there's a lot of problems with goblins with some of the outlying farms. But these goblins do leave the mines alone, so the bloody axes really don't pay that much mind to them since they're not farmers. What about Boffin? What does Boffin do?
Boffin will be eating and drinking for a while, and then he'll go to bed.
Okay, perfect. So you guys will end up heading upstairs, and I'm assuming we'll figure out, who's gonna, stay watch. My bar will stay with the horses in the wagon that night, so he'll just stay down there with them. So Synath, these guys, they seem to go late into the night, talking, drinking. They don't seem
Stupid circus people.
Hey, settle down. You forget, I was a circus man.
So they seem to be going late into the night. So I mean, if you stay and watch and see, they'll probably drink. They're drinking beer and wine. There's a couple of gnomes, like I mentioned, described some of them. Just kind of give you what's at the
drow
table.
drinking?
Huh?
What's the drow drinking?
Wine, yeah. So wine. And he's loud too when he orders another one. He'll call it another round of drinks for my friends, and make sure you give me the fine wine, not that cheap stuff under the counter.
I'll buy a thing of wine for him and tell one of the waitresses to bring it over to him and ask him to come over here.
Okay. So he, well met, elf. Come on over, join us.
I wish to seek your audience alone.
My audience alone. This must be important. All right, I'll come over. You strike my curiosity. Too bad you're not too good with the hand crossbow.
I'm better with my bow.
Maybe tomorrow you can try again.
No, I'm better with my bow.
All right. Well, I offered. How can I help you?
I have a concerning question for you.
Okay.
You've heard of these dark ones they talk about?
So he leans over the table now. Yeah, I know of the dark ones. It's a little more serious.
Can you tell me any information you have about them and their whereabouts, like you?
Well, the dark ones, they travel wherever the Emperor chooses to chase after whoever. So I don't know where they're at.
Are they made of many races? Have you heard about any of that? Have you ever heard anything?
Well, I've heard some stories actually. One time, when we were actually visiting the keep of Gutlan. Gutlan. He looks back at his table. He's like, with all of his guys back there, and he goes, Sir Gunn, what is that? Was that 2 years ago? When we were at the keep of Gutlan, where those dark ones showed up and just surrounded that poor sorcerer, and just made waste of him. And Sir Gunn just nods his head, like in a sense of agreement. Yeah, that was an incredible sight that we saw 2 years ago when we were traveling with that carnival there.
So did they just appear?
Yeah, well, we were actually at a tavern, something like this in a sense, having drinks for the evening, and all of a sudden the door blows wide open, and these 3 dark shadows just come in and, appear out of nowhere and just surround this poor sorcerer, this elven sorcerer, and they just gutted him. I think one had a sword and another had an axe. And I don't even know what the other one had, weapons, but they were all dark form, in the sense of maybe humans, but once maybe were humans. After they gutted them, they just whisked out and basically turned to black mist. And headed out into the shadows, into the night. From what I understand, they only come at night.
Okay.
Are you a practitioner? Are you practicing illegal?
No.
Okay.
No. You seem. I've been making insight. I want to know if he seems concerned about the dark ones, or if he seems more like he could be working for the Gannor Empire.
Oh yeah, make a roll.
2.
All right. Yeah, so you don't get a read out of him at all. So
I Actually, I look around, make sure like nobody's actually like listening.
No, his table. And really, the bar for the most part is cleared out. There's probably a couple people at the bar drinking. A couple dwarves are at the bar, and other than his company at his table, the rest of the patrons have kind of cleared out. There's a couple of human females and a couple of human males that are kind of cleaning up tables. Kind of, closing for the evening. Probably a little annoyed that this group of carnies are, still drinking, still in the place where they kind of want to close up and go home probably for the evening.
My father was actually killed by a few of the Dark Ones.
Oh, I am so sorry. I apologize for that. They when they show up, it's murder. So I do apologize.
That's what I've heard, and just trying to gain more information as I go.
Well, I would suggest you tread lightly in the information that you seek.
Saw you as a fellow elf, and thought maybe you were trustworthy, and I hope that is true.
Well, I am trustworthy. That is for sure. At least with my friends, I'll say that. I might not be trustworthy with my enemies.
Yes.
But my friends, the people I believe that we could have a friendship one day, yes, I'm trustworthy there. As long as you don't screw me over, I won't screw you over.
I didn't catch your name, by the way.
My name is Rendell Bakra. This is the festival, the carnival here is Bakra's carnival, the traveling carnival.
My name is Sinath.
Nice to meet you, Simon.
Nice to meet you too. It is very late now. I wish to go meditate in my room.
Wish to have another drink?
I guess we can have another drink.
Another wine! Two of the finest wines you have there, barkeep. Not from underneath the table, underneath there either, the good stuff. So he'll have a couple wines. So he's like, where are you from?
I'm from the Gannor Empire. I'm from
isn't everybody from the Gannor Empire? We're here.
I'm from a small village. I haven't decided that role-playing wise.
Okay.
I'm a small village.
And now what has brought you out traveling? Adventure?
For now,
excitement?
I'm a part of the militia of the Gannor Empire.
Oh, the Gannor Empire militia. So you're part of one of the legions? You're part of the legion from Starmoon?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Interesting work.
Yes, for now.
Yeah, for now. It's always good to keep your employment options open. I always
gotta earn money
believe
somehow.
that. You absolutely have to.
Hopefully one day, maybe get closer to the center of Gannor Empire.
Oh, Marn, the great city of Marn.
Marn.
Yeah, I avoid that. I've been there once. Very hot. I do not like it. The sun here also, it's that month of celebration. Not one of my funnest months. Thank goodness it's, coming to a close here soon. But then the next month, too, is very hot. It's not good for my skin.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yes. So I try to stay out of it. It's hard. I run a carnival, and it's hard to stay out of the sun. That's why I stay clothed during the days. But in the evening, I can unveil and get a little wind and a breeze in the nightfall, and here, taking a drink. Well, good luck. Maybe our paths will cross in the Starmoon. We're actually heading there, and I think it's 2 more days, right, Malaki? And she, so this gnome,
the hot gnome.
The hot gnome.
No. She's the one that actually sold the raffle tickets.
Oh, okay.
She's the one that sold the raffle tickets to you right when you guys came in. But no, not the hot gnome. And she
was a skanky gnome,
which you thought was hot.
No.
You know you're into midgets, Billy.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. Waywaki is her name. Is the one that And she goes, yes, 2 days. 2 days we'll be heading to Star Moon.
Yes.
So maybe we'll run
Possibly
across.
paths.
Look us up in Star Moon. We'll be having our carnival right outside the northern part of the city there.
Maybe we can enjoy some more drinks.
Absolutely. I know some great drinking establishments all over Star Moon. I'm pretty sure I visited them all. So.
Alright, well, I will take my leave and go to bed.
Have a good evening. And so, yeah, after you finish the wine with him and he pays up his, large bar tab for his crew.
It's like 20 gold.
So, yeah, with food and drink, he drops down a few gold coins for them. And, even heavily tips the innkeeper as well for your troubles, sir. Gives them a couple extra gold, and the bartender now seems to be a little bit more happy that he is up late. But you can tell that this has probably been every night since they've been here. This has been a routine. It's wearing on him, but at least he gets a tip at the end of each evening.
He's making money, so he's happy.
Yep. So you'll head back up to your room, and they seem all the same thing, heading to their rooms, or a couple of them head out. It definitely seems like Waywaki stays here, as well as Rendell stays here, and a couple of the gnomes stay here as well. But then there's a couple the Goliath leaves, this human female that you saw playing a lute during the carnival, and she has, and you notice because you're there later, she has like a scar just coming right across her face. If without the scar, she's probably very beautiful, but the scar is definitely a big detractor, a big gash. Like she must have taken some huge blade to the face that just never healed properly.
Like a high thing. Bar fight.
So yeah, you just don't know, and so, but yeah, so she heads out with the Goliath and a couple others, and so the next morning you guys all awake. Felco doesn't get any alerts or anything. He doesn't alert you of anything, like anything happened at the quarters of the gladiator quarters. So Goran wakes up, maybe a little happy, a little depressed that he wasn't right about something going to happen this evening.
Bullshit! Something happened. We just missed it.
And you guys head down for breakfast. And as all of you guys have gathered your gear, and you're down eating breakfast, this wild elf comes into place kind of hurriedly, and right now it's really just you guys eating breakfast in there. None of the carnies that have come down, or maybe they've already left and are setting up their carnival. You're not quite sure, but it is quite early. You guys are up. There's no other patrons in here having breakfast this morning yet. And this wild elf comes hastily in the door and says, "Damn it, our farm has been attacked again by these dang goblins." And he just, look. And can you guys assist me? JD, go ahead and describe your character.
Oh, I had a different backstory.
Well, I got you working somewhere, so.
All right.
You still have your backstory.
All right.
Oh, the old man's there.
Excuse me? Listen, you young whippersnapper. I'll beat you with my cane as soon as I catch you with my walker. The elf walks in. He's about, I don't know, 5'6", really dark clothes. He's got a rapier in his hand, I suppose, at this point when he walks in the bar.
Yeah, you probably have your weapon.
Looking for help. He is wearing a Star Moon Militia tag on.
Oh, okay, perfect. Oh, that's perfect.
He's part of the Star Moon Militia.
Okay.
I guess we could help a fellow elf in need.
Yeah, so I'll just start this part out for him because
You
I've been
want to
doing
let
this
him explain
information.
what the help is first, or do you want to just commit your life to him because you have to have pointy ears?
I can tell you that story later.
Yeah. So, you actually he at a Delvine's farm, loaned out from Star Moon to protect the farms on the outlying perimeter of Tyr have been having issues, and so there's a militia stationed at each of the farms right now. So he's been there, and they were just attacked early this morning from a group of goblins. There's about a dozen of them that raided the farm, took, basically ended up just taking what they could.
Definitely more than I could have handled.
Yes, and they left, but you gave chase, and you followed them to their campsite, which is about 2 miles from the farm that you are actually guarding. So you do know where they're kind of held up at.
Alright, I have some questions then. What's your name?
They call me Lore.
Lore?
Lore, Lor. My actual name is Lorfindel. Lorfindel Illisund.
Lore's fine. We don't need all the fancy stuff. So, is this farm in the direction of... First of all, is anyone else in here?
No, other than the innkeep.
It printed the wrong one.
Everybody, no, there's no one else in here.
How's this guy dressed, JD?
Right now, leather armor, dark clothing. He's got a short bow on his back. He's got rapier in his hand and a couple of daggers.
You can put your letter opener away while we're talking.
This letter opener is more deadly than you might think.
Yeah. So, is this farm between Tyr and Star Moon?
Yes. So it's
in the direction of Star Moon.
It's in the direction of Star Moon. It is south of the village of Tyr, but it is in that direction, so southeast. So it's a little off the road on the way back to Star Moon.
And how about the campsite you spoke of? Is that farther south from the village?
Farther south from the a little 2 miles.
Where's that lie?
It's 2 miles south of the farm.
So the Goblin site is even closer to Star Moon than the farm. True or false?
No, the farm is closer. But it's like 2 miles out of the way.
I thought Star Moon's to the south of Tyr.
It's southwest.
Ah, shit.
Or not southeast, sorry, southeast. And the farm is southeast as well. It's on the way. The farm is right off the road. And then where the campsite is, it's about 2 miles directly south of this farm that he's been guarding.
Nice. All right. And is there any urgency in particular? What's the urgency other than vengeance?
We're supposed to be protecting these farms. We're sent here by the militia, by Star Moon. You want to face the wrath of our leaders?
I just asked a simple question. I didn't remember joining the Toastmasters for debate. I said, "What's the urgency?"
And I just told you.
All right. So
They're
not about to raid the Sacred Virgin of Piddly Doofus Elventown or anything, right?
they may decide to go raid somewhere else. We need to go get them now.
Well, we got something that takes precedence over killing some goblins right now, but we can get to them shortly if that's good enough for you.
We have to escort prisoners.
No, we don't have to say nothing. You don't know this guy from that trial last night you were so friendly with. Can you be seconded to us for a little bit there, Lorfindoof?
I was going to ask you the same thing. Can you be seconded to me for a second while I go out and finish doing what I was supposed to be doing? This won't take that long, and then we can continue on with what you're doing. We could get rid of these guys.
The other way around, damn it. The goblins will likely be at the campsite more than an hour.
This takes only an hour?
Yes.
What is it you need to do in an hour?
I'm not going into all that in the public.
If you want me to help you, then tell me what the hell you want me to help you with.
You can go find some
Charisma.
Worcester dancing women to help you with the goblins if you want. But if you want our help, then we got to do it regular like.
Well, I can't help you if you don't tell me what I'm helping you with.
All right, I'll come back.
Okay.
Let's get the wagon ready, guys. We're burning daylight. And I wolf my food down and run across the street. Bill.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I wolf my bacon and eggs down and run across the street after asking my friends to get the wagon ready and everything.
Okay. Alright, so
Alright, wait, since he walks out the door, what is he talking about?
Yeah, because he's in help. Yeah,
I'll go up to him and I'll be like, we have to bring a prisoner back to Star Moon.
This is on the way to Star Moon.
We understand. He is, from what I can tell, been traveling with him. He's very paranoid and doesn't like things not going to plan.
How far are we from Star
I
Moon?
heard that.
You left the building!
You're 2 days away.
I'm not going to Star Moon 2 days away when we got to take care of this now.
We will go. It's on the way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go to your village on the way.
Go to the farm, take care of these goblins, and then we can continue on to Star Moon. I have no problem with that.
We just have to get our prisoner first.
Where's your prisoner?
You're in the pits.
The pits.
There's a thing called the Pit here in Tyr. It's a gladiator fight. They have fights usually evening. They usually have like one fight every evening.
Okay.
In this pit here, so you do know about it. You haven't really witnessed it because you've been, guarding this farm, but you do know, you've heard about it. Just like in most of the cities and villages, well, most towns usually, not necessarily a village would have a pit, but because Cordall's Bloody Axes is here, they have a pit.
Oh, okay.
That's behind the temple. And so basically there's gladiatorial matches, every evening or something.
So what's this prisoner going to Star Moon for?
We have a mission from the governor.
What is that?
We have to deliver this prisoner to him so he can fight in his arena.
In his arena. I get it. I understand.
I don't get the whole fighting prisoners.
When you've been a part of the penal system for the last 40 years as I have, you'll understand a lot more about it.
And so too, in a sense of Star Moon, the governor has that's the final say of what anything goes on. So you probably don't want to be on his bad side.
Okay.
So, all right. So, Gorn, you are going over across back to Cordall's Bloody Axes, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And, yep, so Darber will be there, as well as this older, white-haired dwarf, kind of a thin build, for a dwarf, a little thinner, and a little taller than a lot of the dwarves, and he's wearing the same. He's wearing robes of Cordall's bloody axes, and Darber will go. This is Fingchar as promised, Goran.
Fringchar. What a sight for sore eyes, I say, and I give him a big hug.
He's kind of he's kind of standoffish in the sense once you give him a hug, he's shocked. What are you?
Well, you're as rare as platinum, a dwarven caster. We ought to cast you in bronze and put you as a statue in the middle of dwarven cities to promote learning.
Well, I would hope they don't bronze me until my passing, at least.
Good, I agree. That'd be a real waste of talent. I need a little bit of your time to get over some problems I'm having here. Yeah, can we speak in private for a little bit?
Absolutely. So he'll lead you off into one of the doors and into a private room.
All right, and I will tell. Sorry, Bill. I tell Darver. I ask Darver if I can. I tell him when you need a little tiny escort, two soldiers, maybe to take me up to 2 miles outside Tyr later and come back. If I pay them each a gold or 2 gold, would they be willing to do that?
Oh yes, absolutely.
All right, I'll pay them 2 gold in advance, one for each of them.
Okay.
Mark that down. Tell them I'm going to need to leave in about an hour.
Okay.
I just don't want any trouble, okay?
Yep, he'll have two Cordall's bloody axes ready to go.
That's called crowd control, I say, chuckling.
All right.
Nothing like a pair of axes to keep the riffraff away. Sorry to be rushing here, Fingchar. I just got accosted by some guy in a bar who says there's goblin problems that I might be forced to waste my time on. But meanwhile, I'm stumped, I say, taking out my spell book. And I don't have a lot of gold. I give them 10 gold. I wish I were wealthy. I'm not. I don't come from money or from storied dwarven clans with rooms full of gold or whatever. But you can make a permanent friend in me if you can help me out a little bit. And I'll promise you 90 more gold next time I get my hands on some real loot. To make it 100, and you can just help me over a couple conceptual problems I'm having with my studies.
Sure, I can help you, my son.
Oh, you're so kind. It's so nice to be taught by a dwarf, too. You're all so rare. So, I just learned a little bit about this idea of going invisible,
Oh, sure, absolutely.
And I can't quite get the words in my spellbook right for the concept of how you bend light around an object to try to make it disappear. And I wonder if you could look at what I wrote in my spell book and tell me where I'm going wrong, because so far the best I've been able to do is make my left foot invisible.
Oh.
I'm messing something up there.
Yeah, that won't work. Yeah, so he'll help you in your spell book, and he's like, you mispronounced. You wrote this word wrong here.
Oh, I see.
And
now,
and you need
on
to.
the scorching ray thing, I'm jumping ahead a little bit. I want to do the role play, but I also don't want to suck up all the playing time.
Yeah.
But I'll pay attention and make notes and correct the spell book and thank him profusely. On this scorching ray thing, that's a little easier because it's not all that different than the firebolt I do already.
Sure.
But what I'm having trouble with is this idea of firing multiple rays at the same time. And I don't have anything that does that. So could you take a look at this part of the spell? I can't seem to make more than one at once, and I think I'm stuck on some. And basically, it's coming out like a firebolt spell, which ain't right, apparently.
Right. Yeah, and so he'll walk you through that as well.
All right. Finally, I got one other thing that's a little trickier, I understand, but looking into those clear blue eyes of yours, you're no dwarven warrior, but you're even more uncommon. I bet you can help me. I kind of am interested in the defensive application of the magical weave. And I'm told that if you cast a defensive spell like a shield spell, and you're gifted in the right way, you can siphon a little bit of that spell energy off and make a little bit of a defensive ward over yourself at the same time. And I got the idea. I can kind of see that if I use this draconic expression, protego here, at the right moment, and wave my hand this way, that I can do that. But something's not quite right. I can't seem to get the ward up fully. Can you give me any insight into that?
Yeah, so he'll help you, and it's like, you need to gesture this instead of...
that's it.
Yeah.
You hold your fingers that way?
Yes.
Oh, man. Well, all that wasted childhood when I was flipping other dwarves off is probably why my hands won't make those gestures. That middle finger's not supposed to be up there.
No, and that's probably why you got some stares at you, too.
All right, that's why I made a big steamy pile of horse shit the other day when I was trying to conjure that. That's right along with the finger being upraised.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Right, well, you worked your way to platinum, as I said. You know my name, Gorin of Hendehold. I'm operating out of Star Moon. And if Cordall's axes, or you in particular, or the temple master there, the high priest ever needs me, Darver Glim, if he ever needs me, you know where to find me. I'm not worth much, but I pledge loyalty and friendship, and I hope I can reciprocate for your kindness this last hour in showing me this, because I was frankly stumped. I was going nowhere. And I was starting to have bad dreams. I'd be only throwing magic missiles the rest of my career.
Oh, that'd be a horrible career.
That was
Horrible.
an awful dream. I had it like
Yes.
6 times in the past few days.
It'd be such a wasted life of somebody talented with the arcane arts. There is not many of us. So.
Right, and frustrating even to me, despite my lack of talent. I don't know who you were talking about before, but damn frustrating. Well, thank you so much, and you know where to find me. We're working for the city right now. But,
Sure.
Anyway, there's not all that many of us with red beards and such in Star Moon. So I shake his hand and say, I owe you 90. Here's the 10, like I said. And it's been a real honor studying under you, even for this 1 hour here. Now, I'm probably getting cursed at. I got to run across the street here as soon as Glim has those 2 warriors ready.
Well, if you ever need help, like I said, also, feel free to come back here and visit anytime.
Same back at you, I'll say in Dwarven, and say bye in Undercommon, too.
Okay. All right.
Safely.
So you head back then?
Absolutely.
Can I look at player's handbook?
So they have the wagons all, the wagon and the horses all ready to go. For you guys to head on over to the gladiator, the pit and the gladiator quarters, if that's what you guys are ready to do.
I am if my friends are, but I want to pick up the 2 dwarves on the way by. Just stop briefly right where I just was and grab the 2 dwarves.
Yep, that's perfect. I mean, it's really right on the way, of course, since it's right behind the temple. So.
All right, great. Well, I want to position them both at the back of the wagon, keeping anyone else away from it.
All right. Yep. Perfect. So there's a couple guards. They're actually just right now just one at each building. And one of them will say, "Can I help you?"
We're here to pick up. I look around first, and I'll release Falco again. Have Falco fly up onto this building and look around, even though it's daylight. I'll look around, make sure there's no one kind of waiting in the wings, and then let's hand them the receipt and say, I'm here to pick up a prisoner.
Okay, go ahead and make another perception check.
That'll be an 11.
Okay, so yeah, you're not sure if anybody is watching. So at least in
I
that
have
sense.
signed out that he'd be willing to look around. You got those elven eyes. I don't feel right about this. There's definitely someone watching us, I can tell.
I can look around and make sure we are not being followed.
People sneaking around the building or something. My own sixth sense is telling me. I've got that third eye
I
thing.
don't think there is.
No, there's nobody around here.
You must have missed them.
We're secured.
Come on. We're never secure. Nothing is certain as bad luck. All right. Well, let's go ahead anyway, despite the false report of security. Let's proceed.
All right. So
I'll show the receipt to the guy and ask him to bring Kato out. And I want before they bring Kato out, I want some people to go in and look at what's going on, and I want to use these other shackles to have brought out shackles already.
okay. So he'll basically once you hand him like the receipt, he hands it back to you, and he'll just say, "1 moment, this is."
I asked him to initial it.
I won't initial it. Let me summon Sarlacc. He would take care of this part.
All right.
And
I
so
need it to be legal, like.
I understand. So he hollers over at the other guard in front of the residence and say, "You need to get Sarlacc. They have business. They're taking one of the gladiators here."
Belay that. Just say you need Sarlacc. You don't need to be shouting what we're doing here.
All right. Well, I already did. So and so the one.
I shake my head in disbelief. My red beard shaking.
So a couple minutes goes by, and the man from last night comes out. He's kind of putting on robes as he's coming out the door. Has some sandals on. Oh, so you are here from the governor as he approaches.
Yup, I shake his hand. Good fight last night. Here's the receipt. Could you sign it?
Yeah, absolutely. My name's Sarlacc. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
And so he'll sign that, and then
Any disturbances?
no, none at all.
Anyone creeping around?
No,
Any
absolutely
local
not.
signs of rebellion or lost information?
That rebellion is over. That is.
Footprints in the sand around the building or anything?
I pay no mind. I have guards that do that.
Well, I hope you worship Gannor then.
No, I worship Cordal, of course. Cordal is who I worship. So, he'll say, so you have these shackles that you want Kato in.
Yeah, you can keep the ones you got him in and add these to them.
Oh, so you want him on 2 sets of shackles? Okay, we can do that. So.
And this will make 3.
All right. So he'll actually even give you a key to the shackles that he has them, and he says, "Here," pulls this small cord around his neck, and gives it to you. Be careful now of him. Do not trust him. No matter what kind of situation you get into, if you let him go or he gets near you, he could easily take all of you. He could kill you. So don't. No matter what, keep him in that cell. Do not let him go. If you let him go, it could be trouble. Wait until you get back to the governor, where you have a good group of men that can.
That's why we're trying to get going here.
And so he'll say, "Do you want to come on in and escort him out, or one of your other men want to come in?"
Escorts, and I want me and also these 2 dwarves of the axes here, Cordal's bloody axes.
Okay, sure.
And I'll tell everyone to double check their side weapons like daggers in the whole group and make sure they're secured. And keep an eye on them. This guy might try to grab a side weapon off someone's belt, I'll say to everyone.
Okay. Yep. And so you guys will step on in, and immediately to the left there's a cell, and you see other cells, but some open door areas as well. And he unlocks the cell, and as he's unlocking it, he laying down still on the floor is this human male that just has some black leather pants on that are kind of warm, very warm, and he has no shirt, but muscular, well built, 6 feet high, 6 feet tall, probably 170 pounds weight. So thin, but well built, very athletic, you can tell. And he's shackled up, and he said, "Against the wall, Kato, get against the wall. We don't want no trouble here. The governor's men are finally taking you to Star Moon, so you can become glorious there in the gladiator pits of Star Moon." And so he'll stand up and get his back against the wall and put his arms down so you can throw another. They throw guards. One of his guards will take the shackles and put your guys' shackles on his feet and arms as well, and then kind of leads him out of the cell, as he's got now 2 sets of shackles, 2 sets on his leg and 2 sets on his arm, and he'll lead him out and lead you guys back on out to your little prison, your little cell of a wagon that you have, and they'll bring him up in there and put him in there, and they'll let you close it and lock it up.
Goran wants the shackles, each one to be wrapped around a different bar of the wagon too.
Oh, okay. So you would
So
be
he's anchored inside the wagon by the shackles.
okay.
Give him a little bit of food right now and a little bit of water right now.
All right.
And put a chamber pot in there.
Okay.
You stand if you gotta go.
Cyanide just has his hood up, ready to go.
Okay. All right. And so yeah, he doesn't say anything. He just seems to look over the whole group, just looking at all of you, but he doesn't say anything.
I want to double check that all the locks get locked, the padlocks and everything.
Yeah, everything seems.
Double check.
You guys double check all the locks and
And
everything.
they put the chains from each manacle around the separate bars, so you'd have to break all of them to get them out of there, right?
Correct.
All right. Make sure the door locks too.
Yes. Yep.
All right. I'll look at Lore and say, "You coming with us?"
Are we stopping along the way to take care of
We'll
them?
see. We're not talking about that now in front of the prisoner, are we?
Well, at least until we get to that where I need to go, I can follow with you.
All right. Why don't you fall in the rear with that great, super, mighty short bow of yours? Load up both crossbows, have Mybar drive, put a bloody axe towards the right rear and left rear of the wagon, and let's roll out of here.
Okay. All right.
Mybar's driving, I'm holding a heavy
So we're
crossbow.
supposed to be back here.
You need a light crossbow? You have one?
Oh, you want to throw 2 doors?
You have one? Here, give him the light crossbow. You don't want to use it? Okay. All right, let's roll out of here.
Okay.
Go straight for the front gate.
Well, remember, there's no gate. It's a village.
Go straight for the fucking road going straight to Star Moon.
Yeah, you head to the road, heading right out of the village of Tyr. Going ahead and traveling along the road. You'll get a couple miles down the road.
I want to ask Synap to drop back on his horse and make sure no one's following us.
All right.
He has the only horse or pony built. Actually, we have 2. He'll have one of the 2 horses or ponies not pulling the wagon so he can move around.
Okay.
I want to use him as a scout with those elven eyes, so I don't want to be followed, Synap.
Make a perception check.
11.
Okay. You don't think you're you're being followed by anybody.
I'm going to be keeping a good eye on that too, by the way. It's one of my preferred skills is perception. So.
Okay, perfect. All right, so you guys head on out down the road, and you get a couple miles out, and now you're at the point off to the road here, about a quarter of a mile off the road is where the farm is.
How far is the lair from here, Goblins?
About 2.25 miles from here. The farm is about a quarter mile south of this road here. There's a small little road leading off the major road is traveling this merchant road.
We have to go down here, and then from the farm we have to go to get to the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's south of that.
Well, this is where I have to go. Are you coming with me? We're not that far away. We're only about a little over 2 miles from where we need to go to get these to kill these goblins.
Here's what I propose. I propose we lend you a horse. You ride to the. I'm talking up because of the Skype, but I want to whisper the lore. I lend you a horse. You ride to this farm and see if there's any new developments. And we blow down this road, drop this fucker off, and then double back and hit the campsite.
You do realize that you're 2 days away from Starmoon. This is but an hour's out of your way.
Do you understand that this guy could end up being the centerpiece or a general for a revolution that would turn the whole southern part of this kingdom up in ruin? So you want to balance that in your head against chasing some goblins who pissed on a farm? Let's get the general back and clapped in irons, and then we'll go hunt the damn goblin clan down and recapture the. I'm worried about the other farms. During the 2 days that we're gone, those goblins can do more havoc on these other farms and It's
start
not even close. And if you
kill
don't have
people.
the judgment to see that, I'm not going to help you.
Hey, I'll help with the goblins. He says in the cage. I'll help with the goblins. I can help you dispatch the goblins pretty quick.
You're.
I can help.
I'll say so. I'm going to send you a text message. I'm going to say something and thieves can't.
He's not going to be able to understand.
Oh, he doesn't? Okay.
No.
He just looks at me weird when I say it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody here understand thieves can't? Okay, good. That could have been a close one. I didn't even think about that.
So yeah, he just looks at you kind of like he doesn't know what you're saying. So,
Okay.
But yeah, he's like, I can help you dispatch the goblins. Yeah, it's only, 20 minutes, 30 minutes probably walking to a couple miles. I can help you guys.
I'm not saying anything. I can't do it.
So you want the horse or not?
I guess I'll have to take care of these goblins myself, he says, and he starts walking down the road.
I'll help you if you just wait a day or two. We're not going to get waylaid by a dumb idea. It could be 10 farms lost. It's not worth it.
He's walking down the road.
Start heading. Okay.
Well,
It's obvious.
I've got my duties too, just like you have yours.
It's not a comparison of whose duties are whose duties. It's a comparison of the importance to the realm. You've got a general in a cage, and you want to go chase pawns around the field.
And you had a general that was stuck in a cage in a prison when you found out about these pawns. You could have taken care of them and then gone and gotten your damn general.
Your camp asking for help to kill 5 kobolds.
I'm no general.
Not my world.
I'm no general. Not some general. I'm a gladiator. I fight in pits. I don't have some army behind me.
Drink some water. I spray some water on him.
Thank you.
Do I have like a commander that's in town where we were at Tyr or something?
No. You do not have any command.
So do I have anybody that? What am I supposed? What were my orders if I saw these marauders?
To look to seek help.
Okay. So I'm not going to get in trouble with the militia. Because I can't
No,
afford to
you
get in
can't.
trouble.
Well, you can't take on 12 goblins.
All right.
either, but-
All right. Well, then I could travel with you.
That'd be great, and we can get right on it. If we didn't have this, I'd be right there with you.
All right.
In fact, maybe you can get paid for this since you're hiring on here as help. But let's keep moving, okay?
So my question to you becomes one thing. Do you need eyes in front or behind of this group?
Both.
Well, I have pretty good eyes.
Get up in front then, and let's have our elven friend go. Well, I guess you're both elves.
Do we have? Is there much?
You know I have better eyes, Gordon.
Is there much?
All right, you can stay
like
in front. Son, I know
Scrub
what
brush
you're doing.
cover,
You stay
any
in
light
front.
cover?
Laura, you going back?
Because I can hide in plain sight as long as there's a little bit of light natural cover.
No, not along here. This area is even the farm. So like the farm that you were doing
I
is
whip the
a
wagon
great
while they
farm in
compare
Lake
eyesight.
Line. So most of the land here is you're on a big road actually. So this road is a wide, well-paved road that's been made by the Empire. It's not the Iron Road, but it is a well-made, still in a sense, dirt road that has been taken care of course. And then off the sides of the roads, there's light brush on the sides of the road, and there's a lot of it's because as you're passing, it's a lot of farmland from Tyr all the way to Star Moon. There's farmland going along, and olives.
So I'm going to go to the nearest
olive
brush on the side of the road
branches,
because I don't want to be seen standing in the middle of the road.
branches.
I'm going to go off the side of the road, find the nearest clump, and I'm going to disappear using stealth.
Okay, perfect.
Try to hide. So if it's real close, whatever, they should see me disappear into the brush and just kind of vanish.
Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth.
Only a 16. That was a sucky roll.
Okay, I mean, so
Still see you, buddy.
Yeah, I rolled lousy. I rolled lousy.
You're hiding very well over there.
I'll move a little farther down and try and hide a little better.
Elf's giving you a hard time a little bit about it. So he's
Is Kato a Gannorian?
What was that?
Maddox is gonna ask Kato if he's a Gannorian.
I'm Mandorian.
What's Mandorian?
Which you did know.
Goddamn horses, let's go.
Yeah, you guys are riding. I mean, you guys
We're
are
riding,
riding,
yeah.
But you did know. The governor did tell you guys that Kato is Mandorian, a Mandorian slave. That's a really good fighter. So.
Great, we'll bet on you and Star.
You do know the skill isn't bad. That was a 16.
Okay, so
I'm just messing around.
So nightfall occurs. And are you guys gonna have watch?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, but I have two questions first. How far past the Goblin campsite are we now in terms of north-south?
You really, in a sense, you guys are heading east. So, I mean, but you're miles, you're probably a good, probably at least a good 30 miles probably away from that Goblin encampment.
And
by
how
the end
far
of
are we
travel.
from Star Moon?
Another 30 miles, so you'd get there tomorrow evening.
And if we just roll right through the night, what's the consequences?
You guys would end up being
Disadvantaged at everything.
Yeah, you're basically fatigued. You're what's it called?
Can we make it there through the night?
I mean, you couldn't make it through the night. It would still take, you would get there early. You'd get there tomorrow, early
Noonish.
evening or whatever. It'd be like early evening. But you guys could do it. It's called, I forget what I called it the other day. It's
Exhaustion.
almost, exhausted. You'd be exhausted.
Where are we right now in terms of surroundings?
It's pretty much plains. You have farms, or like a lot of farmland off of this, the side of the road. You can easily, like you guys did on your way here, easily pull the wagon off the side of the road. You guys could find it, you you could definitely find again, kind of a little hill if you between two hills to kind of try to, like you guys did on your way up here, to try to.
We're part of the Gannorian militia. Why don't we go to a farm and ask to use one of their barns as a house for the night to sleep in?
No, we won't.
I'm thinking the same thing. I think that's a good idea.
And have a little bit of cover from whatever might be out here. Staying out in the open with your prisoner is not a good idea.
I don't mind.
Why don't you,
Let the goblins come.
You want to ride up there and check out a nearby farm, one of the nearby farms here, Lord? Don't say anything about the prisoner, but just ask if we can use their barn for militia. Just tell them we're militia patrolling the road, and see if they'll let us stay in the barn for the night.
I can try.
Signath, can you cover our tracks so it doesn't look like the wagon turned in here?
Yeah.
I guess I'll go up to the nearest
All right,
farm.
let's try that, guys.
Is it dark or is it just dusk? Or?
It's dusk. I mean, you guys are thinking about setting up camp, so you're thinking about, okay, where's a good spot to stop. So you guys will find the next, small road leading off to a farm, and
How many of them are there of us?
22 survival to recover the tracks. Less turning off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
oh, when turning off the road, when you turn off. Okay, yeah,
There's 8 of us.
Definitely.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Plus the prisoner would be 9, or is the prisoner part of the 8?
There's 9 with the percent.
Okay, and 5 horses.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, I'll go up to the farm and knock on the door.
Okay. So it is dusk, so there's no one out in the fields or anything. So you go up to the house. Yeah, there's a barn.
Somebody's got
so
a decent sized barn, so we can put the horses.
Well, it's kind of in a sense your first choice. In a sense, you see.
Okay.
See a farm.
All right.
You have to kind of go up, probably a good quarter mile up the road,
Cool.
off the main road.
Sure.
And so a human male answers the door, and how can I help you?
Greetings from the Gannorian militia. I and my compatriots need shelter for the night. We were wondering if we could use your barn. We have 5 horses and 9 men.
Absolutely. Feel free to go ahead and use my barn.
Thank you. We will do that, and we'll be gone in the morning without troubling you further.
Well,
and I'll go back and get them and bring them forward to the barn.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys ride up. They don't seem to kind of linger out or anything. The farmer, will open the actual barn, and he'll make sure he kind of takes his animals, his cows and maybe a horse that he might have and stuff, and get any of that stuff out of the barn. When all you guys are riding up, you see him do that and kind of puts the stuff off into a pen. That he has to keep, the animals at least not wandering off in the evening. So
before we go, do we have a tarp that we could throw over the cage that you got this guy in? We don't necessarily need him being seen by the farmer.
No, you do not have a tarp.
I don't think we want a tarp, but that is a good idea. But also, we want to be able to see him in the cage because this guy's supposed to be crafty.
No, I know, but I meant just till we get him in the barn. That's all. That's all right. All right.
Maddox is gonna thank the farmer and shake his hand since he's the only normal-looking fucker in this group.
Hey. Are you human, I take it?
Yeah, he's a human Gannorian with a holy symbol up for it all.
I was born in Star Moon.
Well,
Careful.
Yeah, so he
Well, I wasn't born, but I lived there for 80 years.
So he says anything for the Gannorian Empire. So
Maddox will give him a gold piece.
Oh, thank you. You don't need to, sir.
I'm scared.
I think good citizens of the Gannorian Empire deserve to be paid well for their services.
Well, thank you very much.
Does he look? Did he look scared, or did he look actually helpful towards the?
Make an insight check.
Insight.
Is this the farmer?
Yeah.
Thanks.
No, that's 20.
Okay, yeah, you think he's more in a sense of, that
He's supportive of it.
Support of the Gannorian Empire, like he is a true citizen of the Gannorian Empire, and that he would do.
Okay.
you'd give aid,
Cool.
no matter what. So
Sweet.
maybe a little nervous because all of a sudden he has, but also probably too a little relieved in the sense he probably knows his farm's not going to get attacked by goblins.
And he's got a story to tell the other farmers later about the Gannorian Empire that spent night in his
So
barn.
can we hide the wagon inside his barn?
Yeah, it's big enough where you can bring in your horses as well as the wagon, and all the group can stay in the barn. It's definitely big enough. There's some side pens too where you can put your horses off, in the kind of stable area inside the barn. So
Is there a hayloft up
Sleep
above?
wagon position so it's in the best position to rehitch it and go forward out of the doors.
Okay. No,
And then
there's no.
sign
it's just
out, cover
one
the
lower.
tracks like I wanted.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Has it got a
So then
platinum?
I want sign out to take the first watch and be at the crossroads there where we turned off, and other sign out. I want you to hide and cover the turn off to make sure no one follows that turn off.
Yeah, I'll take the first 2 watches.
And while they're doing that, I'm going to sit up above on the. I'm going to go up on the roof and put my bedroll out. And I'll lay down up on the roof of this thing.
I'm gonna get some food for it.
That's perfect. You're going to be on top of the barn?
Yep, I put my bedroll up there.
16.
Okay.
I like it.
Yep. So.
All right. And let's put my bar at the front of the barn initially, but inside, and get everyone else down sleeping. I'll take the next watch when my bar gets tired.
So you'll actually be able to kill a couple of raccoons for dinner.
I'll bring back some raccoons for the group to eat before they go to bed.
That's going to take some real spices there.
Ain't you ever had coon stew? It's actually pretty good.
Keep the pelts, I'll make a fucking hat of these. There's something besides indigestion out of it.
All right. So you guys go ahead and it's an uneventful night.
Did I see anything pass?
Probably a
Something at the
smart thing
crossroads.
with what you guys just did by staying at the a farm here. So
Did I see
good
anything
idea.
at the crossroads while I'm there?
Thank you.
Huh?
Did I see anything at the crossroads while I'm
No, nothing. Quiet evening.
And I don't see anything up on the roof.
No, nothing happens. Happens in the evening, so encounter avoided. All right. So the next morning, you guys get up early and head on out and head in.
Give the prisoner a drink of water and a little dried meat. Empty the chamber pot before we leave so it doesn't stink.
All
Check
right.
all the locks again. All 3 locks and then the door lock.
Okay.
Make sure none of them has somehow mysteriously come undone or anything.
No, they seem to be locked. And you notice too, as you guys have been going, that he hasn't even tried to, break out. He kind of figures that he's, with 4 sets of chains on him, he's not going to get out of this one.
I want to take a close look at those locks. How good are they?
They're really good.
Okay.
So.
Because I would know.
Yeah, they're definitely really good. The second set actually is even better than the first set. That's on him. So it would take some skill without the key to get any of the locks off. So.
Okay.
Despite that, since Gorn's paranoid, he's going to have everyone check all their side weapons and make sure everyone's daggers, boot daggers, hatchets, and stuff are accounted for.
Yeah. Make sure all the silverware is there after breakfast.
Laura says my lockpicks are right
Anyone
here.
missing a fork
And tucks
or
them back in his shirt.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Sure.
Wave to the farmer and let's go.
It's no problem. So as you guys are riding, he's like, Kato's like, sure you guys can't just unlock me here and just let me go and I just be on my merry way and maybe find a ship back to my homeland.
Except that then the rest of us would be in prison for letting you go. Or for failing to deliver you, basically.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right. Okay. Well, can
Throw
I?
the farmer a gold piece as we're leaving.
Thank you. You do not have to do
I'll
this.
say after him, we was never here, pal.
All right. I understand.
Clean up those wagon tracks for us.
Sure.
Thanks. See you soon, I hope.
Okay. All right. So, the rest of the time you're not going to have any issues at all. You guys will come into the north part of the city where Governor Lalou's resident, his palisade, is at, and I assume that's what you guys are going to go to.
Yep, straight there.
Straight there. Yep, I figured that. Okay. And they'll.
Oh, by the way, Bill, we'll cut the 2 Cordall's axes loose at the farm after they wake up and we feed them.
Okay, perfect. So let's take those.
So they can walk back home safely.
All right. Thank you. Anytime.
Thank you. I'll give them their second gold. Let me write that down. They each get another gold piece. And I mentioned that they should not talk about the mission, obviously.
What mission?
Exactly. Dwarves are so smart. You ain't got to say much to them. He says, looking pridefully over at Lore.
What?
They just get it right away.
All
No
right.
fetching, no bitching, no arguing.
All right. So as you guys approach the palisade, and there's a couple of guards out there. They'll open the gates to the compound to let you guys come on in there with the wagon and your horses and such, and then they'll turn right around and lock up the palisade, the gate where you guys came through. And a couple other of his guards here, the palace guards, will kind of escort you down the road as well. Just kind of keeping with you, not in a sense of making any sort of gestures or anything, just basically, bringing you guys in. And so you guys get in, and it is early evening, right before supper is actually when you guys arrive here, and actually a little bit before that. So, and so the governor will come on out. Governor Lalou will come out. Oh, you've returned safely too. And as he approaches the wagon, and unharmed here too with Kato. He's no wounds, nothing to worry about here. So I get him in fresh health.
Well, he made some offers to us, but we weren't listening.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Yep, that is good. Way of the empire. Don't listen to slaves or prisoners. That's for sure.
Well, I'm sure he's a noble man in his own right with good qualities, but that's not my business. I'm serving the governor now.
Now my business here is to make as much coin as I can off of him in the pits.
Well, sir, do you want to take custody of him? We'll be on our way, if that's okay, Governor Lalou.
Absolutely. So yeah, he'll and he paid you guys up front, right?
No, we promised another 100 gold each.
Oh, that's right. All right. So yeah, so he'll.
I'd like you to cut my new friend Laura in on something. We picked him up along the way, and he was very reasonable and quickly willing to set aside his more minor mission to take the governor's side and deliver this all-important prisoner. And so I think that entitles him to at least a half share since he came along with it. He'll say, winking at Laura.
Oh, absolutely. He is an employee of the Star Moon Militia. So, and now you're part of the militia, or are you part of the Gannorian Empire? There's a difference. So there's a militia that's just basically like part of the city guard, and then there's the Legion, which these guys are working for. You can choose.
Did you read my?
Oh no, I haven't read it.
If you read that, then you can tell me because I was in.
You've been here for a while. That's right. You'll be part of the militia.
I was a Star Moon. I lived in Star Moon almost my whole life.
Then you're gonna be part of the militia. This
like group. 95 years I've been here. The last 40 you'll understand why once you read it. It's
I've seen part of this stuff. So. So you would be part of the Star Moon militia.
Yeah.
So so he'll part of the militia. So he'll actually pay you you guys each 100, and so he'll give you 75.
Oh, okay.
So I'll make way more coin in this than with Kato in my group of gladiators for sure. Thank you very much for bringing him here. And he'll take the keys from you. He's gonna leave them still in the cell, but he'll collect the keys. And
all right.
And then of course a couple of his men will actually take the horses as well.
Yep.
If I have that.
I did take a couple of sets of manacles from Sarlacc there, the pit master of Tyr. So
I'm not worried about that. I paid him plenty. I paid him plenty. All
right, just wanted to be honest about it. It's a fault of dwarves that we like to tell the whole truth most of the time.
He's a dwarf? Yeah. What's your name again?
It's a pleasure serving you, Governor. I say bowing a little and sticking my paw out at him.
What else, What else?
Well, it's been a great honor to have you do this assignment for me, and I will make sure I keep that in mind. That if I need your assistance anytime here soon, I will definitely I'll talk to Legadra and make sure that I get you for something else if need be.
Well, thank you. Keep us in mind. That'd be great. And good honors to you, and we wish you the best in all your endeavors.
Well, good luck. Serve the Empire well.
I'm going to get the hell out of there as soon as I can and wash my hands of this thing.
Okay, sure. So you guys head on out of the palisade.
I want to report into the barracks and seek permission to help the militiaman Lore with his problem right away, because he's been kind enough. I don't want to delay further.
All right, so you guys will go ahead and then...
By the way, thanks, Gorn. I appreciate the speaking up and the extra cash. I can use it.
Yeah, well, I twisted things a little bit there to make you look good, but you always need the help in that regard morally. So I look at it as a good deed done.
Well, thank you.
Pleasure helping you too. Thanks for the keen eyes. With you and my friend Sinat here, I didn't feel like anything but the dark elves could sneak up on us.
All right, so you guys head back into the city and head into the city closer to the port where the Legion resides, their barracks, and you guys will look and ask around and find Legadra, who is your centurion, of course. Just so you know, so you're going to meet him for the first time, Lore.
Who?
Legadra. He's Dragonborn, red Dragonborn, wearing a chainmail shirt, and then has a shield with the 5th Legion banner, which is a red background with a gold dragon in the center, with the 5th Legion written above in Gannorian. 5th Legion is written there, and so you have his audience.
He's you said he's a what?
Red Dragonborn.
Yeah, Red Dragon. He's the
centurion
of the Legion.
Well, he's their centurion, so their group that they work for. So there's more than just one centurion.
But he's the centurion of the 5th Legion.
He is one of the centurions of the 5th Legion. Basically, he's like a sergeant. So he has basically
thank you.
A centurion means the commander of a century, which is the commander of 100 troops.
Yeah.
Right.
So he commands 100.
Bill's exactly right. He'd be like a first sergeant or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
All right.
Maybe a low-level lieutenant.
yeah. He's more of a first sergeant though, in this sense.
Got it.
Definitely. So.
So I want to introduce him to Lore. This is an elf we picked up along the way. Helped us briefly. Mission completed. Kato delivered safely. Mr. Elf here is with the militia, but don't hold that against him. And he's supposed to be guarding some farms midway between Tyr and here. Fucked it up. The farm got raided, and he wants us to help him take revenge. And I said I'd check with you. Are we authorized to do that, sir?
Now, mind you, I didn't fuck up anything.
All right, hang on now. I'm reporting to the Centurion.
And you're reporting wrong.
Oh, that's okay. We don't care what your little role was. I know you shot your short bow and all that. But anyway, the point is, can we help this elf go clean up some goblins, sir? That's the point. Now, his little role was in the story.
Absolutely. You guys can thank you first off for dealing with the governor and on this thing to get a gladiator of all things. But when the governor asks for us to do something, well, we have to do it.
I agree. We're at your disposal, sir. No comment on the savoriness or not of the mission.
And in a sense, for these goblins, yeah, I mean, I do know about the issues where they're, these goblins have been trouble for, the outlying farms of Tyr, and not really been a big concern, of course.
All the beer I've been drinking.
Thank you. Not really a big concern, of course, of the Empire because they're not messing with the mines of Tyr. But yeah, you can definitely help the militia here. There's nothing urgent. There's nothing going on right now in the sense for having you on assignment. And why not go dispatch some goblins versus pulling stupid guard duty, right?
If it's okay with you, sir. Again, we wanted to check first, but figure if we clean up the goblins, they can't cause mischief somewhere else.
I agree. I 100% agree. Why not, do something for the people? The 5th Legion will get a good little reputation out there with maybe a couple farmers out there. Maybe they'll drop off a couple casks of wine for us. When they harvest. So yeah.
Sir, is it lawful to make a contribution to the other men of the Legion to get them a beer or something on their liberty?
Yeah, of course.
All right, well, I'll give him 10 gold to spread around to the other Legionnaires from Gorin, just to kind of make friends so they don't think we're being treated special or that we're different because we're dwarves, some of us, or anything like that. Just basically friendship gold. Okay,
perfect. Yeah, I'll make sure that it's known that it's coming from you guys, or
yourself too. I hope, sir, will have wet your whistle. Since you sent us, and we're trying to uphold your standards on this, so I hope you're going to get a good meal and a pint through our efforts, because we, after all, we're in your legion, sir.
Sure, absolutely. I'll take it. I'll have a drink with the men as well. And I'll make sure that they know it's from all of you.
Fine with me. So what time of day is it, Bill?
It's by the time it's dinner time.
So, Lord, do you think heading out first light's good enough, or do you want to push it out there in the dark now?
It's been 2 days. I suppose if you need to sleep, we could sleep. I understand you dwarves need your sleep.
Let's see if we can get permission to have them stay with us. You want to report into your militia real quick and let them know you're here, but you got help?
Yeah, I'll let them know. I'm going to go out and do that. I'll go find the head of the militia and say, look,
I'm
I
going to
got some
suggest
Legion,
that
come
people
help me
buy
with some
riding
goblins.
horses if they want out of their money, or ponies or something, so we can move faster. But that's up to each individual person.
And
I don't
there's,
know if you guys like that idea or don't
how many
like
people
the
do we have in
idea.
the party now?
6.
Plus me is
What
7.
you guys say,
No,
Sinat, Mad
And
Ox,
you got 5 horses. So
how
I just
about
need
you,
one for
Druid?
myself.
What do you
Well, we don't
think?
have these horses anymore.
Is it a good idea to get some ponies and
them
stuff
together.
so we can move around a little faster? Anyone? Laura, what do you guys think?
You want to what did you say?
Gordon is suggesting maybe we want to get some horses or ponies of our own so we can move around a little faster. But, obviously that's a group decision. I don't spend other people's money, but I'm
What does it
thinking
cost?
since we have a couple dwarves in the group, maybe it's not a bad idea to at least put the
Riding
dwarves on
horses,
ponies
75 gold.
so we move at least that fast. I guess
Or horses,
Boffin would
400
need to
gold.
be on a pony too, but I'm just thinking out loud, is that a tactic we want to invest in to kind of move our little group along a little bit? I think probably we could stable our stuff with the Legion when we're at home base.
Well, the dwarves can certainly probably should, so that they move a little faster.
All right, well, I'm going to go out and try to buy a pony or send a friend to buy a pony for me, Bill, in riding gear.
Because us elves, we're a little bit faster, especially wood elves.
Yeah, whatever.
A little more fleet of foot.
All right. Well, I'm gonna invest in a pony and riding gear. Hayden, can you tell me what I'm gonna owe on that? We don't have to stop game for that.
No.
I just want to let you know.
Yeah, you'll do.
Phil's looking something up.
Yeah, I was looking for the militia, who's in charge of the militia. So I found them here.
Okay.
Just a bunch of old notes. So.
Yep.
All right. So, so you'll report to Mandarin, and he is in charge of the city militia. Older human, probably in his early 50s.
Who's that now, Bill?
His name is Mandarin. He is in charge of the city militia. Human male, Gannorian, and he, like I said, he's in his 50s, early 50s, very fit still, and he once used to be the champion of the arena here. You definitely know that because you've lived here long enough. And he fought his way out of the arena as a slave and became a great champion, and now serves the Empire as a loyal servant to the Empire, and runs the militia here out of.
So he's the one that I was given to.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right.
So
then I would go to him and say, some goblins had raided the farm that I was watching, and I found some legionnaires that are willing to go back and help me take care of them.
Some legionnaires, you say?
Yes.
Well, that is great news. If some legionnaires will help. So yeah, then
dwarves and another elf like myself.
Dwarves and elf of the Legion. Absolutely, that is great news. That is perfect for to help the city out and help out some of those farms. So,
is there any compensation for this group if they help me?
I will see what the city can do in the sense of coffers when you guys return, and see if we can,
And the other question is there a horse that I can borrow for this for now so we can get there? They're buying ponies, so I should probably have something to keep up with their animals. I'm fast, but not that fast.
At this time, we don't have anything.
Nothing available.
That's nothing available in a sense. Anything else right now we have out.
All right, it'll have to do. It was just a thought. All right, well, we're going to be leaving in the morning then. Is there any other orders or information that I need to bring back there? To the farm?
No, I would just say whatever you can find. I mean, if you can snuff out some of these goblins out there that are harassing these farmers, and that's
I tracked them back to their lair.
That's perfect. So, well, yeah. So then, yeah, just if you guys can take them out, go ahead. I mean, we know there's a bigger force further in the hills, but they've been these smaller groups of goblins have been a nuisance for the farmers this spring and early summer here. So you can get rid of some of them. That might help.
Okay.
So
all right,
at least help the farmers. We get some good word with the farmers.
Then I'll let
be
you
good
know
for the
when we come
militia.
back. Do
Might be
I need to
exciting.
bring anything with me back? Gears, anything like that?
No.
Okay.
My deer and sign will buy horses.
Okay.
All right. How much is a horse and riding stuff?
75 for a riding horse.
With equipment?
With a military saddle, it's 20 gold.
So 95?
Yeah.
I don't have that much. All right. I'm on foot.
All right.
Boffin, do you want to? Synath will come up to you. Do you want to ride with me?
Is this the hot gnome?
No.
I have a pony.
Huh?
Don't worry, I got myself a pony.
Okay.
Is that a girl or a boy?
That's what we're.
Oh.
He's a half one.
Oh, okay.
So just so you know, Bill, I buy a little cloak for one of my spells.
Okay.
My little pony, my little pony.
All right. All right. So the next morning, after you guys gear up, get some horses for yourselves now, and you guys will head on out. How are we doing on time with you guys?
Hayden has to go at 11, but I don't have to go until 2.
And what time is it there now?
Shortly. He has to go leave at 11? He has to be there at 11, so he has to leave in probably like half an hour.
Half an hour.
Okay. And then so do you guys want to continue on then and see if we'll get some?
Yeah, I think so, if that's okay.
If Hayden's okay with it.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to check because we're also minus my bar today as well. He's with his dad. So do you have his character sheet? Okay. So at least we have character sheets for both of them. So. All right. So you guys will head on out and head back on out there on horses for the next 2 days. So. All right, so that first.
If I were to buy a pony too, then the group can move a little faster.
Yeah, my bar bought a pony.
I couldn't afford to buy anything, so I'm on foot still.
Yeah, so the next morning everybody shows up with horses except for
Sorry.
Laura.
I don't have access to a horse and I don't have enough money to get one.
You got buy a horse with the money I just talked you into?
That wasn't enough for it and the saddle and equipment.
You had no money before you came to us.
Yeah, I still didn't have enough.
Wow. Are you a
He
gambler?
works for the militia.
No, I work for the militia.
They don't pay as well as Let's
Let's just put it this way: I'm not working for the militia necessarily by choice.
Alright, don't tell me the story. I don't think I want to know.
Probably not.
If you lied, cheated, and stole in another life, don't tell old Gore and I'll watch you too closely.
Nope, had nothing to do with lying, cheating, or stealing.
Good to hear. And I hope you didn't rape any children, then I don't even want to
Nope,
look
no
at it.
children, no raping.
Alright.
All right. So you guys head on out with Lore behind, kind of jogging, trying to do his best to keep up. I'm sure you guys aren't riding super.
Well, they can't go
fast
too
either.
far because they don't even know how to get the farm, let alone to where the goblins are. So they need me to show them where to go.
Yeah. So, all right. So, yeah, you would know where the
Let's go
farm is.
kill some goblins.
All right, so you guys head on out. So, the first day, as I said, you guys go, back on out, passing farms as you go. That evening,
I'm gonna leave my extra loot in the barracks, Bill, under guard.
So,
I'll give it to my first sergeant.
Yeah, if you give it to Legadra, he'll have it locked up in the
I'm not carrying
treasury.
that shit out there.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, he'll have it locked up in the treasury.
There's certainly someone sneaking around the camp at night. I can feel it, so I'm leaving my gold.
All right.
Suggest you all do the same. Go ahead.
Okay. So that night, that evening, this coming evening, what are your plans to do for the evening?
How far out are we towards the campsite we're going for?
You'll still have another day to get there.
And how far are we? Are we close to where we ran the goblins last time?
Yeah, actually you are.
All right. Well, let's post a careful watch. Fuck it. Let's make a fire.
Okay.
Is there a tree around? Some trees or something around?
Yeah, I mean, you guys can definitely find some
Like a copse of trees that we could put ourselves into.
Yeah, some wooded area, little woods here and there. Like I said, it's not more
No, just so we're just not right out glowing fire.
Yeah.
And I think
we make no effort to hide the camp. Let's just camp out here and see if the little fuckers want to play.
Nope, not a bad idea.
Make a big ass campfire. Do you need a watch list, Bill?
Yeah, I'll need to know, in the sense of who's on what watch.
Now we have more too. Let me add them to the existing watch here. Give me a second.
And just like my brother here, I only need 4 hours of meditation instead of 8 hours of sleep. So.
Well, hell, they can.
Yeah, the two of us could split up. One take half the night, and the other take the other half.
I'll take first and second.
And you won't be too
second
tired.
and third.
No, we won't. We only require half as much time as you. We just need to meditate for a little while. We don't even really sleep.
And do we have my bar with us, Bill?
Yes, my bar's here. We have his character sheet. So he can definitely be active.
All right, so let's do that. Let's have one watch list for the two L's.
Is my bar human?
With sign out on first and
My bar's dwarven.
Laura on second. And then let's have a separate watch list for the rest of us. I guess we'll have 4 watches for each of us at 2 hours each.
Okay, perfect.
Who are the other characters here than the Conrad's and Hayden's characters?
Conrad's Maddock. Gannorian fighter.
So let's see, we'll go Goran
Maddox.
to my bar.
And then
And then
Hayden's
3
fighter.
Maddox.
a druid.
4
Halfling.
Bofen.
Boffin?
Boffin.
Bofen.
And then at the same time, we'll go Synath for the first 2 shifts and Lore for the second 2 shifts. Alright. That effectively means there's 2 on watch at all times, Bilbo.
Sure. That's perfect. So who's on the last watch?
On the last watch would be Bofen and Lore.
Yep.
I'm up in a tree level too.
Alright, so you guys climb up in the trees?
Yep,
I'm
so we can
meditating
see
at
what's
the time
going on.
he's watching.
Okay. Alright, so with you two on watch, why don't you guys both go ahead and make
I thought he said the last watch was Boffin and me.
Oh,
I'm
Boffin.
meditating.
Okay, you're
And me.
meditating. Okay. So who is it? Boffin and
Me.
Lore? Okay.
Yeah.
So Boffin and Lore, go ahead and make perception checks, please.
19.
19?
19.
And what did Boffin get?
13.
13.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Where's Boffin? Oh, right there. And my bow is out too while I'm on duty. I always keep that out. I have to climb up there and pull my bow so it's ready.
Okay. So, off in this direction, Lore, you are gonna hear, not see yet.
Yeah, because that's
But
the range.
yeah, but you're still gonna hear some cracking of some branches on the ground, and maybe some little, some of the, even in a sense, maybe a bush you kind of hear move off into the distance. Really, right about out here.
Just beyond my sight.
Yeah, just beyond your sight.
I will shoot an arrow right here,
Okay.
right next to the fire, so somebody knows that there's something's going on.
Okay, go ahead and make a
Sitting-
roll to do a good solid shot into the ground.
Oh, 22.
Okay, perfect. So, all right.
So that I'm sure Boffin sees that.
Yeah. So Boffin's gonna hear it too.
Yep.
Not necessarily see it, but hear it. Thud right into the ground. Why don't the three people? So the dwarves. Is that all dwarves right
That's
there?
all
And
three of them.
Except for Maddox.
Maddox as well. So all of you guys go ahead and just make
Put him under.
a perception.
Oh, Maddox.
What do you add for perception?
Where is Maddox?
Perception is gonna be your wisdom.
Maddox gets a 21.
All right, so you wake up. You hear kind of a thud. Here in the ground. So you wake up. What about my bar?
Perception, you said?
Yep.
10.
Okay, sure enough. So you even hear kind of a thud into the ground, and are alerted. And then Goran is the last one down there. Goran, go ahead and make perception.
Only 10 total.
Perfect. That's good enough. So the same thing. You hear, an arrow. Basically, that's not an arrow. You don't hear it, but you feel kind of like a thud into the ground. Right by the camp, and you kind of, lightly open your eyes a little bit, alertly. You guys, know that anything could happen at any time. And right by the campfire, you see an arrow, sticking right into the ground.
Alright. Well, Maddox will probably stand up and grab his axe and shield then and start looking around.
Okay, so you guys can all get up if you all choose
I want to
to.
look at the arrow and see if a note's attached.
No note, just an arrow.
Alright, I'm going to start trying to get into my chain shirt. I mean, I have time, but I'm going to try.
All right, so go ahead. If everybody's just stand them up.
Because I don't think you can sleep in your armor, right, Phil?
That's correct. If you do, get once again you're exhausted. So
I should
I'm
be.
going to get my chain shirt on then.
I should be able to be hidden up here, right? Using stealth.
you would make a check. What you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Yeah.
So with the 9 it's still going to be a 12.
Oh, still 12. Okay.
Stealthy, yeah.
And I am up in the trees, so.
Yeah, there's a good chance, depending on what I roll. So, all right. So,
What a lousy roll. Because if they don't know that I'm there, I should get a surprise around
That
attack.
would be correct.
Somebody want to put pizza there and see you guys after game day? Or something else?
Okay, so yes, you do actually, believe it or not, I rolled a 2 on my perception. You actually do get a surprise on them as they're moving up.
And the question I have
They are
is,
goblins.
yep. They all look the same, basically, just like normal goblins. None of
So
them
they're wearing leather armor.
Okay.
On their backs, they have small wooden shields. They all have short bows out as they're approaching in the camp, trying to be as quiet as they can.
All
Have
6 of
arrows
them?
notched, all 6 of them.
Okay.
And then they have a variety of smaller weapons that they're armed with. So anything short sword, axes, hand axes, battle axe, in goblin size. So,
Okay.
but yes, that's what you see. And you have surprise.
All right. So we're just going to try to shoot one of them, I guess, right off the bat here.
Yep.
Since I have surprise. They've all got bows out, so I guess it doesn't matter which one. So I'll just take the one that's closest to me and try to shoot it. So I have advantage.
Correct.
Well, it's a good thing I have advantage because one of them sucked. But the other one is a 21,
That's a hit.
and that is for 10 points of damage.
All right, so take an arrow in the tree there and shoot the goblin right in the chest, and he just goes down. Poof.
All right, and then I'm going to try to scurry myself around behind the tree. Or, well, I suppose I took the attack action. Now I got to wait for initiative.
Yep. So go ahead and roll initiatives. You hear you guys out of the darkness as it's in the sense that the sun's starting to rise in the east, and starting to come up. But you hear a scream off to the side. Behind the horses over here in this direction, if everybody can see the kind of my pointer with the pencil.
And maybe the twang of a bow.
What are they green guys?
What was this?
Those are trees.
Those are trees.
Okay.
So, all right. So everybody, please roll initiative.
Perception check.
Guys, hey, rolling.
Well, first roll initiative.
Well, I don't know if Synath hears it.
Oh.
So yeah, he does.
Oh, that's right. He's okay. He's in the tree, right? Okay, so is anybody above a 20?
Synath's a 21.
All right, so sign it.
Wow. Okay, good. I rolled crappy.
All right. Anybody from 15 to 19?
16.
My dear 15.
Okay, so you're a
But not 0, right?
okay.
You're taking that to work. Okay. I'm picking you up at 8. Okay. You're taking the old people home tonight. Yeah. All right. Just make sure to give them the keys. Hey, does that work? I'll pick you up at 8. Let you call and say time's slightly off. All right. Does that work, guys? Yeah. Roll initiatives, guys. You know, right? We didn't lose you, did we, Bill?
No, I just was letting you finish that. But just when you guys are ready, can you shoot me your initiative numbers? Just say them out
Yeah,
loud.
I suck. Goran, I think, was I at 3? No, 5 total for Goran.
All right.
Maddox is a 17. Focus is 16.
All right. So I'm gonna move you two down. So it's Maddox.
My dex is probably better than his.
Who's that? What did you do? What
I
did
had
you
a
do?
16. I had a 16 as well.
What's your dex?
20.
Oh, yeah. So.
Dan, watch me roll my 18. Didn't at the table here.
Alright. And then, what was my bar?
15.
What was yours?
21.
Yeah, he was the top of the list.
Oh, you're on the top. Okay. And then that is Gorn at the bottom.
Gorn bringing up the rear.
So do we have 2 sets of horses there? We split our horses up or what?
Yeah, I
yes.
figured so.
On either side of the fire?
Yep. Alright, so, Synaph, you hear off to the side over here, off into this direction here, you hear a yelp. It's a familiar sound that you have heard before. It sounds like a goblin going down. Something that you've done in the past yourself, and you are up.
I'm gonna jump down from the tree.
Okay. Like athletics?
Or acrobatics?
Acrobatics, sorry.
Acrobatics. 14.
Okay, no problem. You jump on down.
Where's your character sheet? Oh,
Can't see them.
No.
60. Oh, they're right up my vision.
Yeah, so you don't see them. You jump down and run into the direction of what you heard this, the yelp of a goblin going down, but yet you're out of their vision currently.
But that means they can't see you either, probably.
All right. However, the goblins are up next.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, they went fast.
Yep.
Damn. I was hoping to get a jump on it.
Hide. That's my
Okay.
action. 12.
Is Billy up in a tree too?
He was. He jumped down.
Fuck, we got like open Death Valley.
He doesn't. You did shoot, so he actually is pretty. Yeah, he does see you.
They might have
actually.
seen where it came from.
Oh, yeah.
They might not.
Well, yeah, but yeah, he has a chance. So yeah, he does. He does, in a sense, know that you're up in that tree. So does this one. So both of them are going to shoot at you. However,
Well, if they're starting to come towards me, I'm going to yell, I see 5. 6, and I took 1 out.
and what did you roll for your
11.
11?
Joke.
Yeah, so he does know.
Goblins!
He's aware of you as well.
I figured so. I rolled a 4. Still recovering from the jump down.
All right, so they all are moving up. Gonna take some shots here. So first, the 2 goblins, they're shooting up at Lore. Lore, what is your AC?
16.
16.
This isn't going to be pretty.
And what is your hit point?
11.
11. Thank you. All right, so those 2 are taking a shot. The first one takes a shot at you. Ooh, and the dice are on fire right away. And so he takes a shot and shoots you right in the shoulder. But you only take I believe it's just that. Yes. So you take 3 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
From a shot into the shoulder. And now the other one fires at you. Yeah, and sure enough, he hits you as well.
Bastards.
On clipping you, almost in the exact same spot, a little lower, into that same shoulder.
Great.
And you take another 5, so you are -8.
Oh. Ah!
So yeah, you guys hear off.
Fucking shark bows!
Into the shadow hit, from Lore. All right, and so these goblins here. So that one is gonna shoot. The first one is shooting at Synaph. What is your AC, Synaph?
17.
The first time I've had to ask you this.
17.
All right, and your hit points?
26.
Wow. You like
maxed out.
Stud in the career hit point ones. All right. So he's taking a shot at you, and he's gonna hit.
Jesus, we're just getting nailed here.
Man, I've been
First time I've been screwed.
Yeah, this is the first time, but man, I've been on fire with the goblins last time.
You
Yeah,
were
you
short
go,
bows.
you go.
Yeah, well, you were
Yeah.
rolling on fire last night too.
So sure enough, he well, they were a little easier. Those things are not. Those mountain trolls hit a lot easier.
Mountain trolls are different than goblins.
Yeah, but you hit a lot of criticals last night. Remember with the dwarves?
Yeah, and so he takes an arrow, just shoots you almost in the solar plexus. You go and breathe, and you take 8 points.
Oh.
He just launches back with the arrow, and then the two there are gonna shoot at our little Boff and the halfling there. Both of them. I'm gonna reroll that.
What's that?
Bofin!
Oh, I didn't want to reroll. And luckily it's low damage. All right, and then the other one. Last time.
We almost did last time. Alex was
Okay,
about
but
to
the second
reroll.
one
Maddox
misses.
was about to reroll.
So one of the goblins just pulls back right in a perfect shot and hits Boffin right in the back shoulder. It hurts, but not as bad as you probably thought it would. I mean, it really goes right in and out of right through his shoulder.
Damn, a through and through arrow.
Through and through. But he only ends up taking 5 points of damage. What is your hit points now, Boffin?
My total HP is 19.
Perfect. All right. Thank you. Okay, and that is the end of the goblin array of shots there. So that leaves Maddox. Maddox is up now.
Alright,
Are you guys using damage dice?
I only use them for creatures. I don't use them for characters ever.
Okay, alright.
I shall... Shit,
That's better fog of war, actually, Bill. Interesting.
Yeah.
That makes it less likely your players get healed, right?
Yeah, actually, even last night's session, we actually JD found a good thing to use medicine check, where I'm using that in the sense of where they have to use medicine check to kind of figure out where even a character is at, how in a sense how wounded they are.
Since I was playing a cleric, I figured I'd use it.
Yeah.
Well, that's real life more. I mean, you don't necessarily know who's hurt badly, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
So that definitely helped take out some of the player knowledge last night, just with
Right.
and a great use of the skill.
Yeah, the skill that you can't normally use.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast light on my shield and move up behind the horses up there. I'll be
You
done.
may want to put a token on for the light, though, since
Yes.
that affects the environment.
Yeah. Here.
Here's from yesterday.
Just
Oh,
use
thank
a
you.
lighter, a red dye. All right, so that lights up how much?
20.
20 foot radius. Right.
Traditionally, it's 20 feet with good light, 40 feet with dim light.
Oh,
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
It's just centered on him, actually.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So there you go. So that lights up that area there.
Where's our camera?
All right, so that's Maddox. All right, Lore is up.
All right.
A little bit further.
Laura's got to try and get out of there. So I guess I'm going to have to use my acrobatics to try and get out of the tree. How far? Let's see. I was probably 10 feet up, so it's going to be 10 feet of movement just to do that, right?
No, it's in a sense, if you make an acrobatics check, go ahead and do that.
13
Just use
plus
five
7, so 20?
Yep, so no problem. Jump out, no problem. Just you lose just 5 feet.
Okay, 5, and then we're going to do 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, but we're going to move another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 to get the hell out of their vision and get away because otherwise I'm screwed.
Right.
Hiding as a bonus action.
Huh? Oh yeah. No, I'm not second level yet.
Oh.
I don't get that till second level.
Yeah.
So second level I could do that, but I can't do it yet.
He's a rookie. All right. So.
Learning.
Yeah, all right. So Laura's done. Boffin, you are up.
Yeah, I feel like we've already done this, Goblin.
But I already killed one with a shot anyway. So.
Underneath the central one of those three.
He's gonna entangle him.
Okay. That's a 10-foot. Is that 10-foot square? Is that correct? Or 20-foot square? I think it's 20 by 20. Is that right?
Yeah, 20-foot square.
Okay.
You don't have that one?
It's a square. So yeah, it's different now.
Well, we could always take a wire hanger. I can find a wire hanger and make one.
I missed the 40-foot square that covers the entire fucking battlefield.
Right?
Yeah, it's a little bit better now.
Yeah, entanglement used to be so nasty when you were
Yeah.
Well, it was a 40-foot radius, so it was a big, huge,
Yeah,
round, weird-looking thing.
Yeah. No, thank goodness.
So it was 80 feet basically
You're
across.
Cover the
like-
whole map.
You're like 8
practically.
ogres? Okay, let's entangle.
All right. So Boffin casts Entangle. So the weeds are coming up to grab them. But we won't go into that until it's their turn. And do you move at all?
Well, does it affect their AC if they're held by that stuff?
Does it affect your AC?
What are they considered if they're
A
entangled?
creature restrained by the plants can use its action.
Don't they have a condition like entangled or
They're
something?
restrained.
Restrained.
Okay, so we do.
So then you
need
have to look at what restrained is.
save. I do know the save. All right. So what's the DC?
13.
13. All right. And it's Dex, right?
Or strength.
Or Strength?
Strength.
Okay, Strength. All right.
All attack rolls against them have advantage, and all attack rolls they make have disadvantage.
So actually, two of them
made it?
make it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this one.
But even when they make it, don't they have to take a full move to get out of it or something?
Yeah, it's half move.
Yeah, but it's not their turn.
Right.
So
But now we know which one didn't make it.
yeah,
And they get to make a roll every round, right?
if they stay in there.
Well, the one is
Yes.
staying in there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. At the end of his turn,
He
he'll
has
have
to
to
make
make
it.
another roll. Okay. So and Boffin, I'm sorry. Are you doing anything else?
I'm gonna move over next to Billy behind that tree.
Okay. So you're heading and moving behind Synath there.
Yeah.
All right. So, yep, the entangles come up, but they only manage to grab one of the goblins' feet there. All right. My bar is up.
Cordall, let's go and kill these foul goblins. Charge up to.
I'm telling Alex.
All right, so he charges up. Cordall's name.
16
16 hits.
for
I'm not letting Billy put
Nine-
my fucking
9
gear.
points of damage.
Okay, so sure enough, he comes right through with his greatsword, right?
Yeah, battle axe.
Well, battle axe, and just slashes right into the chest, opens up this chest to the goblin, and he goes down.
Oh, nice, Nate.
And that's it for my bar. All right, and then Gorn is up.
All right, I'm gonna move out in the direction that Lore was, sort of. I guess I don't really necessarily want to be in the light, so move me straight towards the other side of the map. I have a base move of 25, straight up towards those archers, kind of. I'm gonna cover that side, and I'll pivot and look left. What do I see? And with my dark vision.
So he's right. Sorry, there, right?
He went here and he
Yeah,
looked this
so you
direction.
see You do see both goblins there with short bows out.
Oh, I should have asked you, Bill. I got my armor on, correct?
How long does it take to suit chainmail?
I think it's a minute, but I'm going by my memory of 3.5. I have to look it up if otherwise.
I would say you do not have it
Hold on.
if it
What
takes
does he have?
chainmail.
Chain shirt.
Chain shirt, sorry.
Mr. Chain shirt.
We're looking it up.
Anyone have a book there handy?
Yeah, we're looking it up right
I've got the
now.
online thing
We're
here.
going to get the hardbound books right now. We only have the electronic version.
It takes a minute.
It takes a minute.
So, do I have any on or what?
No, you wouldn't been able to get it on.
So I just have my shield out then, Bill?
Yes.
So I fucking threw the chain shirt to the side then. I have my shield out. I have my battle axe at my side, and I'll just point a finger, and it'll be my middle finger at that closest archer.
All right.
And I'm gonna unload on the motherfucker. I'm gonna use a second level spell slot.
All right.
And say feed projectilis, and I'm gonna hit him with 3 magic missiles, and the guy behind him with 1 magic missile.
Very nice. All right. Go ahead and roll
Feed
damage.
projectilis, and then I say, "Hi, you little goblins! I thought you fuckers would never come."
Excuse me.
All right, so first guy that I'm trying to take down. 10 points total.
Oh, so the magic missiles just. Poof, poof,
Three
poof.
blue motes into the first guy.
Yeah, he goes down. The third one just goes through him, through the other side.
Boom. And then one low one on the last guy, just to kind of get his attention.
All right.
And I still hunt for certain dice and drives everyone nuts. Sorry, guys. Certain dice are lucky. That's all there is to it. 4 points on that fucker.
All right. So put 4 on him, please. So yeah, another
I'm done.
magic missile right into the chest of that one, but he's still standing. All right. So that is the end of the round. We have a new round with Synath being up first.
You got the keys, buddy? All right, love you. Be safe. I'll see you at 8. Remember, you're taking out.
I whisper under my breath in Draconic and say, "At Helen," and I point at this one, and I hunter's mark him.
Okay.
That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
That goes 11 points of damage.
Oh, so yep. So take your arrow and right on through, and it just goes right into his gut, and he and goes down.
Alright, I'm done.
All right.
Yeah.
How many goblins are left? 2. So this he's entangled. That one's there. So he's gonna go ahead and take a shot at Gorin. Oh, that he whiffs and basically almost trips down to the ground. His arrow just ends up hitting the ground, and so he is done.
Oh.
And then so I
Was he
entangle.
shooting at me?
Could
Yeah.
you ranged weapons use the modifier to add to the damage too?
Yeah,
I
the one
didn't realize
that's.
that. I could have added another +5 to that damage for killing
You
that
did?
thing.
Oh, you didn't have your...
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So yep, he
Last night I
the-
didn't do that
the
either.
one that tries to shoot
I
you
was like,
completely misses with the. If he's in entangle, what is it called?
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage, and what about
Attacks.
moving?
You have 0 movement.
He has 0 movement. So, but he does have a bow, but he can shoot
Anyway, with disadvantage.
with a
That makes-
disadvantage at this is
Shit, I would have attacked that.
My beer.
Damn it.
my beer. So he's gonna take a disadvantage at my beer, take a shot at him, and that's gonna miss. And now he's gonna try to make a save again to try to get out of there. And that fails, so he's still stuck in there. All right, so
Any of you guys got a healer? I yell.
All right. So yeah, you guys hear off in the distance. Anybody a healer? All right. You hear Lore.
Come over here and Cordal will heal you.
All right, Maddox.
Where did that come from?
My beer.
Maddox is up.
Where's he?
Oh, this is
Oh,
great.
okay.
Let's camp out in the middle of the night with a bonfire. The dwarves can see, and the elves only have to sleep 4 hours. But I can't fucking see shit. I don't live here. Yo, what's your problem exactly, I know? Get healing, come to me. I got plenty of fucking healing, We'll just stand there for now.
He's got healing, he said?
Yeah.
He's totally confused.
I'm coming to get healed!
All right, Lore's up.
Alright. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I'll just step there.
All right, so
Laura steps into the light and says, "Heal me!"
Yeah.
as he's sitting there pulling 2 arrows out of his shoulder, looking like he's about ready to pass out.
Alright, I'll heal you.
all right, Boffin is up.
He ran off, so Conrad's going to take over.
Okay.
Just playing conservatively.
Yep. So
Only one dude. Hell, Boffin will just heal himself.
Yeah.
okay.
He'll heal himself up to max.
All right, so he's all better. All right, got him. Okay. And he's just gonna stay put, or is he gonna move anywhere?
He'll probably stay put with the elf.
All right,
That's what he's doing.
my bar is up.
You won't go in there because you've seen me entangled before. I'll stay there.
Okay, he's done. All right, Goran, you are up.
Alright, move me forward, diagonal, 1 square, and then left, straight, I guess. Not diagonal, but straight. 2 more squares. No, the other way. There, perfect. And I'm going to use a first level spell slot now. And the goblin that I hit last time, how's he looking? Is he swaying, or does he seem pretty vigorous still? Just real quick, nothing detailed.
Make a quick medicine check.
I don't have medicine.
You can still. It's at wisdom.
Alright. 8.
You can't really tell.
Fair enough. I only have 3 missiles now, so put 2 on that fucker and 1 on the guy stuck in the entangle.
All right.
Beast projectilis, I say. I blow my finger like it's a smoke stick. Point at the guy that shot at me clumsily. Put 2 blue motes of light at him, doing 7 more points.
That's 11.
He goes down. Poof. Take his chest just blows up, going down.
You little gobwitch. And then I turn and with my rotate my finger over my index finger and fire my 3rd one over into the guy in the entangle.
All right.
5 points to him.
All right. Ah! Yells out a belt scream there. All right. And that is
I'm
the
done.
end of the round, and Synath is up.
Alright, as my bonus action, I move my Hunter's Mark to that one.
Okay.
18
That hits.
for 8 points of damage.
All right. And he falls, boof, right into the grass. Down he goes.
Alright, back to sleep, guys.
Tap, 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 tap on the plate armor or
Maddox,
whatever Maddox has.
Maddox.
You said you could heal me?
Oh, heal this supposed Gannorian tree humper. Yep, there you go, 7 points back.
All right.
I'm at -1.
-1, yes.
I survived my first combat! Yay! Almost not.
Let's search the bodies, gather the weapons, pile by the horses, make sure they're dead, pile the bodies by a distant tree, check them for any unusual things, tattoos, chest marks, papers,
Money.
strip all the treasure off of them, and then, first things first, release Falcon dimensional pocket and say search and send my bat circling the camp to see if there's more incoming.
Perfect. Good idea.
That's the first thing I do.
Yep.
Let me amend to say he's going first.
Yep. So he'll go up.
2 elves on guard too.
Yep.
Out a little bit and looking.
All right. And yeah, so you don't see any other traces of goblins around, and you guys don't see any tracks, even though it's still dark, a little dark. The sun's coming up, like I said, from the east a little bit. You do manage to find 15 silver pieces and 4 gold on all of them
Guys. No problem.
combined.
Cha-ching!
We'll take their weapons too, Bill, since we're still poor.
Sure, absolutely. You know, you do know that in tier you guys got a quarter of the price when you sold them. So you guys know that
You get something.
there's 6 short bows and then a mix of 6 blades or battle axes and such. And so you'd get a quarter of that price when you do
I understand.
sell them. But you can just
battle axes and
Gold
6
or
short
4
bows.
gold, sorry.
Total 14 silver and 4 gold.
Thank you. And any interesting, anything like maps? I'm not being suggestive, just to make sure I don't miss anything. Anything like maps written on skin or weird tattoos or holy symbols or anything else that's of significance in terms of understanding what these guys are doing?
Yeah, so in the sense that you guys do see once again this these markings, that represent the Strudge tribe. So they must be part of this greater goblin force that's further out west.
Excuse me.
All right, in the mountains, right?
That's correct.
All right, now how are those insignia indicated? Are they tattoos? Are they carrying little banners? Is it on shields? What is
Yep,
it?
it's on a couple of their shields, not all of them, but 2 shields. You see these markings, as well as a couple of them have tattoos on their shoulder.
All right, and I want to write that insignia in my little journal, Mrs. Gorin. What's it, real crudely, what does it look like? Is it an axe? Is it an eyeball? What's it look like?
It is an axe.
On an eyeball.
No, just it's an axe. Let me see. I think I gave it last time you guys ran into these, but I do know.
Well, for now, we don't have to pause the game,
Okay.
but I just want to note that I have learned the insignia.
Yep, I will shoot it to you guys in the experience email because
It's not
I
a
just
big
have to
deal
find it in the
again. I
notes.
just want to be able to copy it in case we do an infiltration or something.
Yeah. Now you guys have seen it a couple times, so yep, I'll definitely shoot that in
All right. And all the
email.
goblins
Is
are
the
gonna
armor
be
worth
dead?
anything?
The armor, the same thing. It's leather armor, so it'd be
No, they
quarter.
appear to be dead.
They all are dead. Yeah.
All right. Let's complete our rest. Make sure the bodies are far enough out that they're not a risk for disease.
Did they have
Wash
any
up
backpacks
quickly
or
and let's continue our rest. Keep the familiar out there on watch and let's keep going like we weren't disturbed.
There's got to be a larger group around here because they didn't have any backpacks on them.
Yeah, they didn't have any food stuffs or anything like that with them or any other.
Wonder if there's a way to track these guys where they came from back to where they were.
Good idea.
You
We
want
can
me
try
to?
that or we can go after the campsite. But let's do that in the morning.
Yeah, we'll do it in the morning.
Okay. I'm gonna wait till Synath comes back. He just is visiting.
You guys are gonna go back to sleep then?
Visiting the head.
I think so.
Yeah. Is Synath going to
He crawled up a tree again.
use a die to heal up? Use a die for? Is he still resting?
Yeah.
Use a D. 1D. Or,
Yeah, I'll use one.
okay.
It's just a straight hit die, right?
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah. So you're -7 still.
Yeah.
Okay. Now gonna use another. Or that's
Who's still hurting the party? Before I go down to rest, I want to know.
Synath.
Big mouth.
Another one.
Synath is hurt.
Billy?
Alex, do we have more heals?
And Laura's just has a scratch.
I just got a scratch.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Go down to rest. Let's get rid of the scratch that way.
But-
Alex, can we get one more heal for Synath?
Help do you need?
Yeah, you know, if we rest.
Yeah, he needs a.
I could use a heal.
He could use a heal.
Alright. Wardle, heal my elf friend.
Why, thank you.
Elf friend.
He gives you 5 back.
Okay, so minus one.
Arthar most appreciates it.
Goran will say to everyone, that wasn't bad. Not a bad cleanup job, he says, looking gruffly and trying not to project too much enthusiasm.
Much better than the last time. You dwarfs did a lot better this time.
Did you just
I'm
say
so happy of you. I'm so proud of you guys. You guys are much improved.
Did you say Darthar?
Darthar.
Darthar.
All right.
Is that the guy?
Alright, now let's not get into religious bigotry or bickering.
God, that's God of the Shadows. God of Darkness.
Right.
God of the
Everyone at
Shadows.
ease. Back to what you were doing before we were rudely interrupted by the goblins. We'll talk religion back at home.
All right. All right. So in the morning, are you gonna try to pick up their tracks?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make a roll.
I want Laura to go with them, Bill.
Okay.
Even if he's just stepping out 100 feet from the camp, I don't want anyone alone.
What's he trying to do? Look for the tracks?
Yeah.
You have to have a special skill for that?
Survival.
Oh.
Well, you can watch his back at least.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll use my perception to watch his back.
Don't walk in front of him and fuck the trail up, obviously. Even I know that. I'm a dipshit.
Yeah, it's just 10.
The rest of us
10.
will stay put.
Yeah. So
Bill.
you're
Sharpen our weapons and rest.
you can kind of see their tracks in the sense of the camp. There's only 6 of them. Not there aren't any more.
Well, let me take a
But
look.
you're not able to track them.
Let me just take a look. Just for shits and giggles.
Okay.
I have survival. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
So, yeah, not much better. I got 12. So.
No. So yeah, between the two of you, you can just figure out there's only 6. They approach the camp from the southwest, but you can pick up their trail in the sense of tracking
Yeah, I'd
them.
be able to pick that up even not rolling a survival.
So
All right, cool. Well, are we going back and get the other camp?
all right, so you guys get back on the horses and head on down the road.
Well, some of us.
Yeah, most of you, except for one, jogging behind.
Take a left up there. I'll be with you in a minute.
I'll run the whole way.
Are we looking okay health-wise at this point?
Yes. Yeah, just a couple
Alright,
minor
let's keep going.
scratches. That's it.
Go
All right.
ahead to that, to the closest point on the road that is near the campsite that our new friend Lore wants to point us at.
Yep. So you guys will end up heading and making it to the farm, to the Dale Vines farm, and
What's that word you just gave us?
Dale Vines farm.
1 word or 2 words?
1 word.
It's a last name, basically. The guy that owns it, his last name is Dale. Is Dale Vine?
Vine,
Dale Vine.
where vine is like a vine for wine vine or grapevine.
That's correct.
Got it. Okay. Any updates briefly?
They say, if you check in with the farmer there, he will state that no, nothing else. They haven't returned.
Any other farms that you may have heard something over the last couple days while I was getting help?
No, he hasn't heard any news, but
Alright.
he's been watching and tending to his own. He hasn't ventured out and talked to any neighbors. So, did we lose him?
We didn't lose them per se, but
You still there?
we can figure this
Were you trying to Skype?
Yeah.
You like that backstory for him?
I haven't read it in full detail, but yeah.
Okay.
Like brief.
It was basically they were in a bar brawl, him and his brother, and somebody came up behind him and he thought it was one of the enemies. He turned around and stabbed, and it was his brother. And killed his brother, and he was charged with manslaughter and spent 40 years in prison. And
We're back.
got
All right,
released on a
perfect.
5-year.
I don't know what happened there. We went on hold.
Well, somebody was calling me.
If somebody was calling in on Billy, and if somebody comes in on a phone call while you're on Skype, you lose Skype. So
Put it on
Can
Do
we
Not
put up
Disturb.
our horses here? Can the farmer look after our horses?
yes, absolutely, he has a
So
barn.
what I'd like to do, actually, if we can trust our 2 elves to not get in a giant fight without us, I'd actually like to put the horses up and have the clanky dwarves rest at the farm and guard the horses and any loot and weapons we have. We did take the goblin weapons.
Yep.
And I'd like to send the stealthy people up to try to pick up the trail and make sure the camp hasn't moved.
Okay.
Cool.
Sure, absolutely.
Instead of having the clanky dwarves and the halfling bumping around at speed 25, you know?
Well, I know where I'm going.
Yep.
It's to the camp, so
Yeah.
I guess we'll go up and try to get
So
to the
the
camp.
idea is to send, and I have a deeper, gruffer voice, but I want to move along. The idea is to send the 2 elves and JD not get into a 2-on-20 fight. And
Right.
we come to retrieve your bodies later.
Don't worry about
The
that.
idea is just to find the target for
It's
us.
you and me, Billy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Hold on one sec. Billy's getting a call on the house phone.
So we want to send 2, Bill, just 2.
Yep, perfect. I got it.
The rest of us will sharpen weapons, eat, drink, and smoke any tobacco the farmer wants to give us.
Perfect.
And I think we'll move carefully, watching for any sentries that they might have out as we move closer. So we don't get ourselves surprised.
Okay. Yep.
I do like the idea of posting a sentry, Bill, so we'll take the high point on the farm, whether it's a tree or the top of the barn or second floor window, and put a crossbow guy in there that'll rotate of the people left. I'll start at first watch.
Okay. Perfect.
Just in case the goblins hit us while our guys are out. I don't, Gorin, there's always something about to happen.
Goblins attacking at daytime or only at night?
You've heard that they mainly what you've heard the stories even from back in the militia when you guys were all being sent out. Most of the attacks occur either early in the evening or almost before dawn. Is when they occur and they go up, and then they run off. So no, there hasn't been any knowledge of day attacks. It's mainly been
Well then,
evening or early morning.
all right. So we're gonna go out, the 2 of us. Sign on.
Yeah.
And when we'll keep an eye and watch as we're going, and I'll show you when we get there. When we get about, I don't know, maybe 100 yards off, maybe we'll have to really start being careful.
Okay. So yeah, you guys won't have any issues actually. You know exactly where the camp is, or at least where the camp was.
Right, was.
And you guys will end up approaching. Let's go ahead and make stealth checks, both of you.
24.
15 and 9, 24.
Okay. Very good. Okay. So you guys approach up and off in the distance. You guys aren't getting too close in a sense because it is
Right.
daytime or whatever. I'm assuming that's when you guys.
Yeah, but Wood Elves, all we need is a little bit of cover to hide.
Yeah, I know. No, in a sense you're hidden, but I know you don't want to get too close.
Right.
Still, just in case.
Yeah, we don't want to get too deep.
So off in the distance, you see 2 goblin sentries in this camp. They seem to be camped up against a hill. With a lot of rock and there's a lot of foliage around this. But the opening of the camp, and it's a small campfire, but it seems to be dwindling down as
And what time of day is this?
This is early morning when you guys go on out. And there's two goblins that are sentries that have short bows that are out, but there's probably maybe another 10 that are laying about, maybe even 11. So there might be about 13 or so goblins in all, but most of them are down, seem to be sleeping with the two sentries. So
Okay.
How far are the sentries away from the camp?
They're pretty much in the camp. They're just on the outside of the camp, so maybe
How close?
10, 20 feet most from the goblins.
How close are we?
You guys would probably be a good, say 100 yards away.
So if we wanted to get, say, within about 70 yards or 60 yards, is there enough cover that we could do that? Not now, but when we came back with the rest of the
Absolutely.
group? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I would want to know.
Yeah.
Figure that out so that we could get within range to maybe take out the sentries with a couple of well-aimed shots right away.
I can take him out back there. He points back like 50 yards.
I can't. I need to get closer. I don't have the right bow with me.
Yeah.
All right, so... All right, well, then we can go back and tell everybody what...
Go get the boys.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
There wasn't like a cave entrance, by the way, up against that wall, was there, or that hill?
Not that you've seen.
Can I make a perception check?
Perception check, investigation
Go
check.
ahead. Investigation, you have to be really on it, so it'd be perception.
21.
No.
23.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
No. So no cave entrance. You guys
All right.
are confident there was no cave entrance.
All right, let's go back and
Get the dwarfs and
get the dwarves and let them know what it is.
the halfling.
All right, and this is actually where we will stop the session. So we will go ahead and end the game here.
Should have told me that. I was told Spring was gonna get me.
And more to
Oh,
continue
you're
next
recording
time.
this too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know you were